Hello, good morning, and welcome to this very special webinar on JGU's resource orientation. I welcome all of the students and their parents who are watching this right now. My name is Arya Majumdar, and I'm the Dean of Admissions and Outreach at the OP Jindal Global University. Studying at JGU is more than just academics, and there's a whole host of support services and networks that cover every aspect of a student's life, whether it's a library, whether it's sporting facilities, whether it's mental health, so on and so forth. Today, over the next few hours, we'll be talking about all the various support networks and services that are available to students at JGU. But first, I would like to invite our Vice Chancellor, Professor C. Rajkumar, to address this occasion. Raj.
Very good morning to all of you, and good evening and good afternoon if you are somewhere else in the world today to be part of the Freshers University Orientation seminar that we are hosting today. Let me begin by saying to all the students who are present here, congratulations. Congratulations for being admitted to OP Jindal Global University. It has been an absolutely phenomenal journey for each one of you. I have no doubt about it. So let me begin by particularly greeting the high school students who have completed their 12th standard and who have joined OP Jindal Global University in one of our undergraduate or integrated programs. And of course, you are obviously in a very unique situation. You completed your 12th standard examination. Very unfortunately, you couldn't even have a vacation. And then soon after, you began preparing for the entrance examination. And then here you are, before even really experiencing a good break, you have now entered into the portals of a higher education institution. I want to say that it's a remarkable journey, and I can only hope that the years that you will be spending at our university will shape your future in an inspiring manner. For all those students who have completed their undergrad education in any discipline and who have joined our graduate program, I can only say that the idea of a university is not new. You have experienced an undergrad education, and now you are going to experience a graduate education or a postgraduate education or a master's education, as we will call it in some of the courses. Now, you are obviously mature and responsible, and we expect a lot more from you than your undergrad students who will be part of this community. Now, one of the remarkable things about OP Jindal Global University is that you will be coming together and engaging and interacting with all of you with lesser forms of hierarchy deeply embedded in the institutional imagination that we have created for all of you. So, for all the undergraduate students, postgraduate students, master's students across all the 9 schools of JGU, the Jindal Global Law School, the Jindal Global Business School, the Jindal School of International Affairs, the Jindal School of Government and Public Policy, the Jindal School of Liberal Arts and Humanities, the Jindal School of Journalism and Communication, the Jindal School of Art and Architecture, the Jindal School of Banking and Finance, and the Jindal School of Environment and Sustainability, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you to OP Jindal Global University. I know you have a very long orientation program, and I'm going to keep it as short, but I want to give you a few important messages. First and most important, today you are entering into a global university, a university that has made a significant and transformative contribution to the landscape of Indian higher education. Just imagine 11 years ago, this university did not exist, and we are located in a place where there were only paddy fields at that time. And in 11 years, a university has emerged, which is now not only India's #1 private university, not only India's #1 law school, not only a university which has been granted the status of an institution of eminence, but equally importantly, the university that you are going to be part of from today onwards is also a university that has been considered a world-class institution, one of the top 700 in the world among the 35,000 plus universities that exist in the world. So in some ways, the moment that you will experience is no different from the moment that I had experienced many years ago when I joined the University of Oxford as a young Rhodes Scholar to pursue my graduate education, as I joined the Harvard Law School in the United States when I decided to pursue my master's education, or for that matter, when I joined the Loyola College in Chennai for my undergrad education, or for that matter, when I joined the University of Delhi for my law degree. I mentioned these four institutions where I had obtained my own educational qualifications in addition to a doctorate from the University of Hong Kong with a very specific purpose. I had the privilege, like many of our faculty members, to go to good institutions in India and abroad. Your decision to join Jindal is going to be one of the best decisions you would have ever taken in life. This decision is going to lay the foundation for your future. And why do I say that? The reason I say that is this decision of being part of a global university is going to lay the foundations for promoting excellence, creating opportunities, pursuing education, and seeking transformation, and most importantly, imbibing values. All these aspects of a high quality education is what is being pursued at Jindal. The strength of OP Jindal Global University continues to remain because of its faculty, the outstanding individuals, some of you who you will meet today, but many of you who you will meet very soon when we begin the new academic session. I also want you to mention that it is important for you to recognize the quality of the faculty that will define the future of any academic institution. It is also equally important that the research ecosystem, the internationalization, the collaborations and partnership, the opportunity to pursue internships and placements, and the entire gamut of experiential learning, notwithstanding the factors that are currently shaping the future of higher education, is going to be the strength of OP Jindal Global University. You should also be very proud of the fact that you are part of a higher education ecosystem in which we have brought the global into India. The idea of a global university in which faculty members from over 32 different countries and regions in the world pursuing full-time teaching and research, living on campus and living in Sonipat, living in Haryana, and being part of an intellectual imagination. To be able to bring faculty from across India and around the world and to be part of an intellectual ecosystem that will constantly inspire young people like you to fulfill your dreams and aspirations. After all, education institutions is about dreams and aspirations. It's about values and principles. It's about the future, how each one of you can shape the future. In fact, one of the reasons why we believe in the idea of a brick and mortar physical campus experience is also because of the fact that we believe in the idea of personal interaction and interactions that will be life-changing, that could actually be peer group learning, that could be conversations on campus. Now, of course, I'm sure you are thinking about the fact that when will you be able to come into campus? Let me answer that question. Well, on 1st of September, we will be starting our new academic session. Some of you have already begun if you are in the master's programs of some courses when the electives had happened. But if you have already not done that, you would have completed the prestige program, which is the pre-semester student engagement program. And of course, if you are not part of that as well, you will be beginning the new academic session on 1st September, literally 10 days from now. Now, that day will be important and will always be etched in your memory for a very long time to come. You will be part of the first generation of young learners where you will be unfortunately beginning your new academic journey, not in a physical sense. You will be sitting in your homes, in your respective places, and will be looking at a computer and will be beginning your university life at OP Jindal Global University. Online education will begin for us on that day. Now, the question that you will have, and I would like to respond to it, is that the quality and the excellence and the imagination and the faculty and the opportunities that we have created will not be different. We will do everything possible to ensure that you have the best of learning experiences, notwithstanding the fact that you are not on campus. We will also do everything possible to bring you to campus as soon as it is possible under the rules and regulations of the Government of India and the state government. I also want to quickly mention that the vision of O.P. Jindal Global University since its founding and all its schools in the last 11 years has been to provide transformative education that can make young individuals, young adults to become truly impactful leaders in all those professions and all walks of life. In fact, we strongly believe in the idea of holistic, multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary education. We believe in the idea that there is more to do within a university than to be confined in classrooms. We believe in experiential education, we believe in entrepreneurship, we believe in social innovation, we believe in the idea that young people have a larger role and responsibility to shape the future of India and the future of the world. And that is possible only if you are able to take the full sense of responsibility with regard to the opportunities that are available. I want you to know that for the first time, some of you, particularly the high school students who are coming into campus, are going to taste freedom. You will be relieved and will be experiencing a freedom from your own parents. The fact that you are not going to be confined in your home environment. The fact that you will have greater freedom in a campus environment. But with all freedom comes responsibility. There is no freedom without responsibility. You will be trusted with that freedom, and I would like you to be responsible in your actions, be it with regard to your code of conduct, with regard to the student code of conduct, be it ensuring that you have respect for diversity, be it ensuring that you have respect for women, be it ensuring that you do not ever violate the rules and regulations of university, including the disciplinary rules and regulations, including our zero code of conduct when it comes to drinking and smoking and drug abuse and other such violations that are not in the best interest of you as a student, to ensure that you attend classes and make the best use of it. Remember, your parents have made sacrifices to have you study here at Jindal. They have made sacrifices in terms of their resources, their time, and most importantly, they have expectations. Your family members have expectations from you. These expectations can be fulfilled at a time when there are so many opportunities out there. You are somewhat privileged as well. Just as you begin your academic journey at Jindal Global University, when the world is facing a global pandemic, let me assure you, for all those students who are present here, for the 5-year integrated students in our law school and in our business school, when you will be graduating in 2025, the world will be a different place. I guarantee you, we will be free from COVID-19 and you will be in a position to embrace that world. For all those students who are in our 3-year programs, you will be also experiencing a different world in 2023. For all those students who are pursuing the master's 2-year programs, even in 2022, I believe quite strongly that the world will become a better place in terms of opportunities, in terms of receiving you as graduates. And for all those who are pursuing the 1-year master's program, I believe the world would have recovered significantly from where it is today. So in some ways, the 2020 incoming batch of students, not just at Jindal, but also around the world, are, while they are entering into university education at a difficult time, I believe when they graduate from whatever discipline they will be part of, they are going to be somewhat lucky and indeed privileged. I also want to mention that this university has been created through a philanthropic initiative of our founding benefactor and chancellor, Mr. Naveen Jindal, a truly inspiring individual who fought the big flag case, because of which private individuals like all of us can fly the Indian national flag with a lot of pride and humility. The campus itself has one of the largest national flags, and it actually occupies a very important space and creates huge, let's say, inspiration for our students, our faculty and our staff. When you move into campus, you will experience that inspiration. I want to end by saying a particular observation that always left me with a deep sense of inspiration whenever I read it, and I keep reading it, and I want to read it to you as well. It is no less than by the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi. And Gandhi said, and I quote, "A small body of determined spirits fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission can alter the course of history." I'll repeat it. A small body of determined spirits fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission can alter the course of history. So I would like each one of you to be part of that small body of determined spirits. Each one of you will be fired by an unquenchable faith in your mission, whatever that mission is, and you will be altering the course of history. So, for the incoming batch of OP Jindal Global University 2020, let me take this opportunity to congratulate you and to say that we are excited to welcome you into the campus. Look forward to seeing you on campus sooner than later. Of course, look forward to having you part of JGU and to begin our new academic session in an online mode on 1st September 2020. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for that inspiring speech, Raj. And I'm quite certain that all of our students who are incoming on the 1st of September will have truly been inspired by what you just said. Now, another very, very important office in terms of the university administration and leadership is that of the Registrar's office. I now invite our Registrar, Professor Dr. Sridhar Patnaik, to address this gathering. Sridhar.
Thank you very much, Arya, and good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure. It's indeed a delight, and I would like to specially welcome all the newly admitted students of the OP Jindal Global University. Normally, by this time, when I say normally, in a regular scenario, we would have welcomed all our students physically to the campus, but due to the unfortunate pandemic situation, we could not do that this year. Otherwise, by this time, the campus would have been abuzz with number of activities and with all the new students around, with all the existing students around, and being supported, mentored, and guided by the faculty members and even by the staff members of the administration. But nonetheless, this situation has given us another new dimension or an opportunity because whatever we had done in the past within the confines of our conference rooms, this time we are doing it on the web, and this opportunity had given us to sort of even welcome the parents of all the students and to interact with them. So that's indeed a delightful moment to all of us. And I also take this opportunity to congratulate all the newly admitted students on my personal behalf and also on behalf of the university. And I must say that you all are exceptional people and you richly deserve this recognition. You're exceptional for two reasons: the resilience you had shown to overcome all the challenges and to successfully complete your board examinations or even prepare for your university undergraduate or graduate examinations, and at the same time the resilience that you have shown to plan your careers and even to plan your lives ahead, notwithstanding the challenging circumstances that humanity is facing. So therefore, you all richly deserve this recognition, and JGU is particularly happy to welcome each one of you because this kind of resilience and this kind of an innovation, it fits into our enriching ecosystem. And I must tell you that the university will help you develop all the essential capacities that you might require to do well in your career and your lives. Well, a word or two about the purpose of this program that we are doing this morning. We have orientation program both in terms of the academic orientation and also in terms of the university resource orientation program. And the purpose of the university resource orientation program is to introduce to all of you the kind of facilities and the support services we have in our university, and in terms of all the functions and what all they do to ensure that your life in the university as a student fits into the total realm of the university life. And this is also to enable you to adjust to our university and also to harmonize all the activities, both in terms of academics and also in terms of the co-curricular and also in terms of the extracurricular activities. Because being at a university is grossly different from that of being at a school. So you will soon even understand the difference between being at a school and being at a university. And when I'm using the term school, this is not in any generic fashion, but this is in terms of you all have experienced your senior secondary and high school education, but now you need to know in what manner you need to be prepared for the university education, because when you are stepping into the portals of the university, the nature of learning altogether takes different contours, and it's not just about learning the subject, but it's all about learning the subject in depth and trying to understand the factuals and also trying to understand the counterfactuals in relation to the learning that you take up. And that is one of the fundamental differences between a school and a university. And whatever we do today in terms of the resource orientation even facilitates, supports, and it's deeply embedded into all the activities that you take up, because at the end of the day, as the Vice Chancellor rightly remarked, when you enter the portals of a university, you gain new freedom. But this newfound freedom also brings along with it even newer responsibilities that you need to take up, the responsibility for yourself and the responsibility towards others, the responsibility towards the institution, the responsibility for the community, and the responsibility towards your learning. And in order to ensure that your academic objectives are met, the academic mission is fulfilled, there are a host of other services that you ought to know, which can really enable you to fulfill your mission. And these services are in terms of whether it is in relation to your residence life on campus, or most importantly, it's in relation to access to library services. And access to library services altogether even acquired a new dimension today, because you're no longer on the campus at this particular moment in physical terms, but you have an opportunity to do your learning online. And during this online learning, in what manner you can even invoke the services of the library for your study and for your research and for your enrichment in terms of learning. And likewise, even the other services that come into picture in terms of your mental well-being, which is very important, your physical well-being, which is very important, and the host of other grievance redressal mechanisms, and even understanding the code of conduct of the university, because all these aspects which are sort of brought together will create a harmonious system and a harmonious ecosystem for your learning and even for your development. So it's very important for you to understand what all opportunities you have at the OP Jindal Global University, and even in what manner you need to overcome all your new anxieties as a new student and as you step into the portals of the OP Jindal Global University. And on this particular note, when we are talking about freedom and responsibility, as even rightly flagged by the Vice Chancellor, you should also take responsibility for your long-term learning, and that's also one of the most important and fundamental aspects when you're there at the university, because a university is also essentially a place of ideas. So you require a long-term planning, you require a vision for your own learning so that your learning fits into the graduate attributes of a university. And about the graduate attributes and all other facets in relation to that, you will get to know during the course of the activities that we have planned for today. And also, it's very important that I must make a mention when we are going through this pandemic situation and all the other challenges that the humanity at large is facing, it's very important that we have hope. And being hopeful is also about being a student And as a student of a university, it's very, very important that you stay positive, you work with ideas, as I had already mentioned, and then be hopeful to address all the challenges that we are facing. And that's what you're going to learn when you're at a university, because all the worldly problems that we are facing will require solutions. And these solutions are going to come from you and me and people like us. So that's also about one of the most important thing of being able to pursue higher education, and also of being at a university. So I truly wish that you are going to imbibe these characteristics and the values that you require at a university. And also, most importantly, being at JGU and having an enriching environment is not just only about learning within the confines of a classroom, be it physical or virtual, but it's all about, having a kind of an egalitarian system that we have here, where, as the VC mentioned, it's not about hierarchies, but it's about access. It's about great minds that we have here at the university. So we truly wish that you take care of yourself, and also you seize the opportunities that are being given to you. And I must conceptualize this entire situation by sort of drawing a metaphor from the Japanese culture, and this is referred to as the Ishigai Ishai movement, because this is the movement wherein you all are meeting as students, you are meeting one another, you're also going to meet your faculty members, you're also going to meet the staff members. So it's a true movement in terms of, wherein we are brought in together by one common strand of the relationship that we have at the university and the learning opportunities that we have at the university. So it's indeed a special moment, and I wanted you to cherish this moment for the remainder of your education over here, and even for the rest of your lives and careers. So truly capture this particular moment, and then enjoy every moment as you proceed with your learning, because this is what is the fascinating aspect of being at a university, and particularly being at the OP Jindal Global University. It's a wonderful program that we have curated for you together, and it's a campus-wide effort, and each one of us are there to support you and guide you. And I also take this opportunity to thank all my colleagues, particularly at the Office of Admissions and Outreach, and even the Office of the Vice Chancellor and the Office of the Registrar, and all other offices for having curated this program for helping you develop some essential capacities to do well in your career and even your lives while being at the OP Jindal Global University. So congratulations once again, and we will ensure that you have a successful start to your journey at the JGU.
Well, thank you very much for that, Sridhar. And there seems to be a number of questions on law school. I acknowledge that there are a number of students, a huge number of students who will be joining our law school this year. With that, I'd like to turn to the head of admissions for the Jindal Global Law School, Professor Anand Prakash Mishra. Anand, over to you.
Very good morning to all of you. I'm here to welcome you all the students to the university. This is indeed a historic occasion. You have already been addressed by our Vice Chancellor and our Registrar, and it's a detailed program you'll be going through today. But what I am here to tell you few things which I recall, and I have in my experience seen the transformation of our students during their stay and study at OP Jindal Global University. I recall a lot of faces today. I'm going to see all of you personally very soon on campus, the moment we are going to have you. But I recall students coming from different parts of the country, spending 3 years, 5 years, or even 1 or 2 years in our LLM program in old times, and graduating and I mean, making the whole world their workplace. Today we have our graduates in University of Oxford, in Cambridge, in universities like Columbia and Cornell and UC Berkeley and Stanford every year, who are graduating from OP Jindal Global University. They are working in London, in Singapore, in Australia, in China, in UAE, in, of course, in Mumbai, Delhi, around the country, around the world, after graduating from OP Jindal Global University and Jindal Global Law School. So I'm extremely delighted to welcome you all to this amazing institution. You all know, I will tell a bit about your class, particularly the law school. The students who are joining this year, they are coming from 25 out of 28 states of the country. They are coming from 6 out of 8 union territories. Almost we have got a student from Andaman and Nicobar to almost every part of the country in the class, in the university. It's such a diverse class, and you will be meeting your friends when you are on campus. You will realize there are students who have completed their schooling even from countries like Malaysia, like Singapore, from Bangkok, from many Middle East countries, even from California in the US, and they all are coming to Sonipat to be together for next 5 years or next 3 years as a part of one school, one university, and one community, one family. I actually recall a lot of faces today when I am talking to you. A boy from Chennai, I remember, who came in 2016. He won an INLACS scholarship last year and went to University of Oxford to do a master's. He completed his BCL, which is an LLM degree at Oxford University. And now he is admitted as a DPhil candidate, as a doctorate candidate in University of Oxford on a full scholarship. And I remember his journey started as a first-year LLB student at Jindal Global Law School. I also recall students like a girl from Kottayam in Kerala who came all the way to study in year 2011 in our LLB program. And later on, she went to the UK. She was an intern in White & Case. Today, she is a full-time associate in White & Case for many years in their London office, and she has also served their UAE office. I recall another student from Panipat, a local boy who came from University of Delhi College as a law student. Today, he's a qualified lawyer in the UK, and he did his master's at Cambridge University on a full scholarship called Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. So, there are so many stories. Almost every student who come here make a story, and I want all of you to make an amazing story of which we all are proud of. Your parents, you yourself, and all the faculty members in the university community is proud of you. So when I am inviting all of you to the university, we also have hope from you. We also have a lot of expectations from you that you are going to make best use of this opportunity given to you. As our Vice Chancellor in his opening remarks said, that it's an opportunity of lifetime, and you must be grateful and thankful to your parents who have, of course, you all are admitted on your own merit, but they are the people who are supporting you throughout. So on this occasion, you must be especially grateful and thankful to them. I must tell you, there are very few institutions in our country in higher education where your faculty members could be your role models. And barring few, and even internationally, I must tell you, at our university, your faculty members will be teaching you. They are distinguished people. You will find your professors whose writings are cited by the Supreme Court of India in their judgments. You will find professors who are awarded chairs by European Union. Very recently, one of our distinguished faculty members has received the Jean Monnet chair, which only 2 universities in the whole country has received. You will be taught by professors who are scholars, who are editors of international journals, who publish in journals of most premier universities of around the world. So it's a very, very special opportunity for lifetime, and the journey starts now. My happiness is in welcoming you all virtually to Jindal Global Law School and OP Jindal Global University. And I look forward to have you on campus whenever the situation allows. But take your classes very seriously. 1st of September, we are starting lectures for all the programs, and the academic rigor will absolutely be the same. So be ready for it, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that, Anand. I particularly enjoyed the point on academic rigor. Now, when it comes to academic rigor, the faculty members at the OP Jindal Global University are doing everything that they can to ensure that the rigor in the classrooms is maintained. Now, one of the challenges of online classes is also online assessments, right? And because we are unable to have physical classes right now, our examinations office has been working day and night to be able to come up with appropriate solutions to assess students accordingly from working remotely. We now turn to Professor Dr. Indranath Gupta, who I might congratulate right now, has been awarded the Jean Monnet Chair recently. Over to you, Indranath, as Controller of Examinations.
Thank you. Thank you, Arjo, and good morning to everyone. My dear students, I think it's really a proud moment today to you and to all your elders. You know, the term examinations, if I were to ask you, how would you go about in defining examinations? I think if you close your eyes, you probably would think about, oh my God, this is something that we have to pass, and you cross, and you do multiple things to ensure that it's just a bad dream. It will soon be over. But my students, my dear students, I would say that you treat that in a slightly different way. Let me now take you very quickly. Let me fast forward and take you to 2025, 2021, 2022, and 2023. What will happen on 7th of August? Well, that is the time when you would all graduate. What is it that you have to do to graduate on that day, on 7th of August? Now, exam and assessment is something extremely important. And let me share, a sort of a moment of truth, and also, and as they say, an elixir. When I have to go back down to the memory lane before I joined the university, and I used to sort of offer courses in a university in UK, and I overheard, of course, I was not the controller of examinations then. I overheard a couple of my students saying just minutes before the examinations, I was just waiting for the examinations venue to open. And as I was standing there just outside the venue, I heard my students saying, hey, have fun. I never understood have fun. But now that I have come back to India and I've heard my students, I've seen my students, I've seen students sort of, sometimes concerned about examinations and other things. I always say to my students, why have fun? Let us not say best of luck. I know luck, however you want to put it, destiny, and so on and so forth, might have a role to play in everyone's life. That's beyond our control. Something which is beyond our control, let's not think about it. But something which is within our control, let's think about it. And what is it that it's within our control? It is our control, within our control, to be responsible. And you have to follow a process. in the next 5, 3, 2, and 1 year of your stint in OP Jindal Global University. To start with, you need to ensure that you have followed the academic regulations that is there in each and every school. The academic regulations, of course, you're going to get a hand to it, in the coming weeks. You will see that there are course structures. You will see that there are course patterns. You will see a component on assessment and evaluation. You will see about number of credits. And then when you land up in your class, you will see that teachers talking about internal assessment, teachers talking about external assessment, and then there are deadlines, and everything would add up and then come down to the day when you would graduate. Just to ensure that you're on the right track and you are, handling all that is required from your end in a proper manner and in a time-bound manner, you have to be attentive. You have to pay greater attention to all details, all emails, not only from the Department of Examinations, but also from each and every university department. Let us not put it anything for today. Let us not put it anything for tomorrow. Let us do it now. We have to respond to your responsibilities now. It is important that to know that we will always be there to help and guide you, but we would expect that you would be responsive. You would be responsible to all the things that you ought to do as bright students of OP Jindal Global University. I know today is a day when it's extremely important you start your journey, but then again, you would also have a lot of information coming your way. And I'm not going to do an information overload on this day. So I'll do one thing. I'll say, have fun, be responsible, and your journey will be really smooth. Welcome again and congratulations. Thank you, Arjun.
Thank you very much for that, Indranath. I particularly enjoyed the sort of connection between freedom that our Vice Chancellor talked about, and that when school students come out of school and then when they come to university, we have a sense of freedom that is coming their way. But as was mentioned in Spider-Man and in many other comics, with great freedom comes great responsibility. And I'm so glad that in Indranath, you mentioned the fact that there hopefully should be a sense of responsibility that students should be imbibing when they come into our campus. I now turn to Mr. Jitu Mishra. Is he available here? I don't see Mr. Jitu Mishra anywhere. All right. So if I may invite Dr. Buddhi Prakash Chauhan, the director of our global library. There have been a number of questions, Dr. Chauhan, about access to the library, and many people are worried about where they're going to get their textbooks from. I know that you and your team have been working again day and night to ensure that the students of JGU and faculty members get access to lakhs of books that are available online. I invite Dr. Chauhan, director of our library services, to talk about how our students can get access to all of our library services. Over to you, Dr. Chauhan.
Good morning. Am I audible, Dr. Ajay? So thank you, Dr. Majumdar, for introducing me, and I will talk about the library, how the library resources are going to help our students for their online studies immediately, and maybe when they are in the campus, how they can access the campus library, not only the online resources but also the print ones that are available in the library. So what I will do, I have a presentation here which I would like to share. So I'll briefly talk about the resources that you are going to use during your online courses this semester, and for that purpose, So there are basically four important links that our students should be using. Mainly the top two ones are very important for all of the students. The first one is the library website, which is here. I'll take you through the library website, and the other one is our library management system, popularly called Koha. So these are the two links that you should be using more often this semester. There are other two websites also that library manages. One is the JGU's Digital Archives, where you will find other kind of information, including research papers, etc., contributed by the faculty. And the fourth one is basically for the faculty and the research scholars. So our new students will be using these two websites primarily. I will take you through these websites later. So what we have, for your teaching and learning this semester. So we have online journals, 12,000 plus. We have ebooks, 2,70,000 ebooks, and these are the ones that we have procured and purchased. There are additional 50,000 ebooks that are available from various publishers free of cost because of COVID-19 situation. You will find e-course material from the library channels, and other kind of learning and research tools that also you can use. Of course, in the e-resources, you will find law reports, news, movies, photographs, etc. They're all available through our e-resources page. And if you want to see the complete e-resources list, that is here. This is the website where you can see all this. This is part of the library website basically. So if you go to the library website, library.jgu.edu.in, you will find all the link also here also. So your classes will be online. You are not in the campus. So the question is, how do you access resources that are provided by the library? So as I said before, this is the link if you are within the campus. And so from the campus, you don't need anything. You just log into a particular website and you are there. If you are not in the campus, then you have to use this particular website or this page, jgulibrary.informaticsglobal.com:204 login. Okay. So by the way, this presentation is available on the library website, so you need not note down all these links. Okay, they are there. Okay, I also sent several emails to you, and you will find these links over there also. Okay, so these are mostly available through this, and you only have to log in once to this website, and after that you can browse through all the resources that are available to you. Okay, there may be a couple of resources like Blue Book or LexisNexis commentaries or Manupatra, where you will need a particular user ID and password to log into these websites. Okay, so only 3 are there, where you need, and this will work from campus as well as from outside. Okay, and these user ID and password for these resources, the last ones, you have to ask us. You have to send an email. We can't circulate these passwords to everybody because they can be shared. So we have to share it with the individuals, only those who require it. So how do you explore?
Change the slide change.
Yeah.
He's saying that you have not changed the slide.
Okay.
Just a second. With you now on the screen, can you see accessing e-resources?
Is it not? Professor Majumdar, are you able to see the slides?
Dr. Chauhan, I'm sorry, I don't think the slide changes are coming through. We are stuck on your second slide, which is digital library supporting online and blended learning. You may have to, put it into presentation mode.
Okay, I'm on presentation mode only.
Much better, sir.
Okay, so this is okay. I actually okay. So actually, I have shared the desktop, so the presentation will not come through. So okay, are you able to see it now?
Absolutely, sir. We're able to see you.
Okay, so we were talking about these these 4 links basically. Okay, and this is the number of things that we have: journals, books, course material, and this is the link where you can find all the course material over there. I will take you through all these links, in a few moments. Okay, before after I finish this presentation, and this is how you access. So this is the first bar is basically accessing from within the campus. That is basically a library website link, and this one remote access, basically you have to go through a proxy server which is located outside, and this is the link. So first you have to log into this particular one, http JGU Library Informatics Global.com 2048 login, and after that you can access all the resources that are available. Some of the, as I said before, some of the resources are available through user ID and passwords, which works both within the campus as well as outside the campus. So how do we explore? One way is that you can go to the library e-resource page and click on each one of them, whichever you want to use, and you can start searching and downloading material. The other way is that there are 2 resource discovery tools that we have deployed in the library, by which if you use those resource discovery tool, you can search across the databases, across the resources. So in one going from one search window, you can search many databases altogether, right? So if you are looking for particular articles or something or books on a particular subject, just do a search on any of these resource discovery tools, and you will find results from all the databases, all the resources that we have. So one is called JGAT, and the other one is EBSCO Resource Discovery. So these are the 2 main resource discovery tools that you can use. The final one is the Koha or the library catalog website. Again, this provides you all the information about the books available in the library, print as well as e-books. So if you are looking for e-books, you can also search this site koha.jgu.edu again, and you can retrieve almost all the e-books can be accessed from Koha also. Okay, and you can download the full text there. So these are the ways to explore e-resources remotely. This is the list of some of the teaching and research aids that we have in the library. Some of them you might be using during your courses with this semester. For example, Blue Book you might be using here. Other resources will be basically used by the master's course scholars. Okay, so this is just a list. You can, if you want to use, you to get in touch with us. Okay, so very important thing, the course material for the fall 2020. So last several weeks, our staff have been working with all the faculty that will be teaching you, and we have been procuring the e-books or online material for their courses. And for most of the courses, you will find e-books or other kind of online material that can use. And this is the link where you can find the complete list, course-wise, complete list of the books that are available for your course. You click over there, go to the list, and if you click on the particular title, the title opens up for you. Okay, so all the links are readily available. So I will take you through this link also. Okay, and let's see. On the right hand side, you will see various kind of modules that are available for ebooks. Okay, and you should be aware of this. There might be limitation of certain resources, certain ebooks that are available for your course. The first one is the licensed ebooks. These category of ebooks, we have unlimited user licenses forever, and you don't need, there is no limitation of the download. You can download, you can read online, you can print. Okay, so these are the license or perpetual license books that we have. All these books have been cataloged in the Koha site, and you can access from there also. The second category is very important for you. Most of the textbooks material which is available online, they have some kind of DRM restrictions, which means that most of these are read only. You can do a little bit of printing or downloading. You cannot download the whole book, but you can do many other things. You can, for example, keep your own copy. You can register. You can have your own account over there. If you want to make notes of on the book, you can do that. If you want to highlight certain text, you can do that. And each of these books are available to you individually on your account. So these are some of the benefits of the e-textbook platforms, but there are some of the restrictions or limitations also you should be aware. So for example, and these are available on the publishers' websites, specific platforms that publishers have developed for you. So you have to go there and search these books. So most of the ebooks that have been prescribed for your courses are there. Okay. Apart from that, if you want to read some other books which might be of your interest, so we have not only licensed the books that have been recommended or prescribed by your teacher in your course manual, but you will find some other books also. So you can, if you are interested, you can also read several other books which are available on these platforms. So for example, if you are a reading marketing management and your teacher has recommended a particular book, there will be several marketing management books. Or if you are reading a contract law, so apart from the prescribed textbooks, you will find some other textbooks also over there. So at your liberty, you can use other textbooks also for your studies. So this is the second category, very important category of the books that have been provided to you. And third category are interactive learning platforms. Okay, we are working on this. So we have, for example, Coursera courses that you can, if you take these courses, you can supplement your own reading, your own skills, your own knowledge. There is another one for law schools, law students, computer assisted legal instruction, Scali. There are several lessons available that you can use. And these courses, these materials are interactive materials. So you can use them as a self-learning exercise also. Even if your teacher is not using this, as a student of JGU, you can use these resources for your self-learning exercise to refine your knowledge on a particular subject. So please go through these things and you will find links of these on our website or in my email also. If you have any question about this problem accessing these, please let us know, we'll help you there. The fourth category of textbooks are which are not available as institutional license. All these three categories, top three categories, we have obtained license for you. The fourth category is something that you have to spend money on. So some of the textbooks might be available only for student purchase. These could be, e-books or e-course material, or even the print books also. In some cases, your teacher, your instructor have recommended only the print material, which are not available electronically. So there is no alternative. Either you use that print books or use some other kind of some alternative title which are available on our platforms. So these are the only two options. If you insist on using the same book which is there in your course manual, then you have to buy a license or buy a print copy for you. So one example is LexisRead platform, where law textbooks are available. This LexisRead platform, the books, specific title you have to buy yourself. Okay, we have negotiated a 15% discount for JGU students. Okay, so we'll provide you a link where to buy. Okay, in the here itself, in the list of the courses, you can see all these things. If a course recommends a book which is available only in Kindle, Kindle can be purchased from Amazon. Okay, there are other kind of books which is another site called Vital Source. Okay, so all these books are available only for single user license basis. So that is the difference in these four categories. So these are the four type of e-books that are accessible or available for you for your courses. Okay, and if you need to buy a print textbooks, okay, we do help you to buy these print textbooks. We have a vendor. Otherwise, either you can buy through a local bookstore or online stores. If you have difficulty, you contact us. There is a vendor lined up for you. You can contact that vendor and you can buy those books at 25% discount. Okay, plus shipping. Also, those who have access to the campus library, if they can come to the campus to Sonipat or they're living nearby, they can also borrow print textbooks from the library for the whole semester on first come first serve basis. So these are the provisions, these are the facilities that we are providing to you to get your textbooks for this semester. Okay. Okay. The last one, the e-learning websites. A number of your instructors have used this platform to conduct their online classes. And you, if they have enrolled you in their classes, you will get an email for registrations and you log in to this website elearning.jgu.edu.in/Moodle, and if you have been enrolled, then you can use your class resources there also. So the links to the material will find in e-learning classes. Okay, so this is, and if you're, this all depends on your instructor. If he or she has enrolled you in the e-learning class, then probably you will learn through this online platform for learning also. So this is all about the presentation. I'll take you through some of the websites, which are, which you can use. Okay, so this is the library catalog website, koha.jgu. Can you see the screen, Professor Majumdar? Are you there? Anyone?
Stuck on e-learning JGU.
Okay. Yeah. Are you able to see this website, Koha website on screen?
We are not
yet.
We're
okay,
not.
I think I have to share it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see this?
Yes, we can. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. So this is the library catalog website, koha.jgu.edu.in. As I said before, this should be used to access or to search the library books, including e-books. So whatever you search here, now this is, you don't need any login to use the basic features of this website. Okay, just type any key term that you are looking for the books, and you will find all the list of the books over there. For example, if you are looking for, let's say, contract law, those who are law students, they might be interested to have a look at all the books that are available. So I'm just doing a simple key term search. It's taking some time. Looks like slow internet. Okay, so there. So I'm just showing you the basic features, or just introducing the sites. We are going to have a separate training programs of 30 minutes each on each of these resources. For example, we are going to conduct how to use the library catalog, koha.jgu.in, right? A separate program. We will announce that very soon. Also, various e-textbook platforms. We are going to organize training programs. One is this afternoon itself on Pearson Education Library. Students can join that program. I'll share the link with you to join the training programs on Pearson Education textbook library. It's taking some time to load.
Buddhiji, this is Arya. If I may recommend, we should have a separate training session for the library services. And I see there are a number of questions about the library which you should take up at that point.
Yes.
We are on a tight schedule, and I'd like to move on now, if with your permission.
So I think this is the website. The purpose was only to introduce, to have a look at the how does the website looks. Okay, so there will be a program, half-an-hour program on catalog search itself. Okay, so let me take you through the another web link. Here. So this is the website of the library, the main website. If you can find it through Google also. If you type JGU library, you will come to this website. This is called library.jgu.edu.in. So this is the main library website. You will find a lot of information. Okay, so this is how it looks. And if you go to the, I was talking about the resource discovery tool. If you search here, these are the two tools, two windows you can see, and you can search all the databases all together in one go. So this helps you to search. I'll search you again, search for you the same term here. And now apart from the books, you can even have a look at the journals, articles and other resources in one go here from this link. Okay, you can see from various databases the results have come in. Okay, and you will directly from here you can even see the full text. If you want to download full text of a particular article, you can do that right from here. Okay, and here these are the items which are not available in full text, but this site leads you where you will find full text of these journal articles or ebooks, etc. So this is a resource discovery tool that you can use. Let me go back to the main website. E-resource page is the most used or most useful page that you will have, from the library, and all the resources are listed over here. You can see there's a link of remote access. If you are looking for any of these resources, just click on remote access and you can directly access from outside the campus as well. So for example, if you are looking for, let's say, let me just go to a particular ebook site. Just a second. Okay, let's say Cambridge journals, and what you have to do, you have to just log in once to your remote access. Okay, now how to do that? This page opens up, very simple thing. You have to use first part of your email, JGU email as login ID. That is for students. My email is bpchauhan@jgu. For user ID, you have to use your first part of your email ID, JGU email ID as login for accessing outside the campus, right? And the password is your Outlook password that has been assigned by you, by the IT, right? Okay, so this is basic thing. For accessing any resource, any e-resource from the campus, you have to log into this page. So when you click on a remote access link, remote access button on any of the resource, you will come to this page, remote access to the resources, and you have to log into the only once you have to log in using first part of your email is username and the password, the same password that you use to log into Outlook. Okay, so that is the basic thing. Once you do that, you can straight away go to the particular link and that opens up for you. And you can continue to do that. If you want to go to another resource, you don't have to log in again. You just have to click that. Okay. So this is how it opens. So Cambridge website will open. Okay. If you want to go to some another site, just click on that. That site opens immediately. So you have to log in only once. Now I again repeat, you have to log in only once for accessing from outside, that is for remote access. Okay, so this is how you use e-resources from outside. Okay, let me take you to the course material that is available to you. If you click on this, okay, this page, course material, and now you can also Google this. If you want just Google fall 2020 course material JGU, you will come to this page. Okay, so you don't have to remember the site address. Just click here and you will see the entire list of course material that are going to be used or that is available to you this semester. So you will see this document. If you want, you can download this entire document on your laptop or desktop and for your future use. So you will find here all the courses listed over here for which we have got the information from your instructor, and you will find the list of textbooks over here which are available. The links to the textbooks also remote as well as inside the campus links are there. Okay, if you want to talk to your instructor, this is the email, and wherever your instructor has created an e-learning platform class for you, you can also go to that, from right from here. So from here you can go to this particular book. It opens up for you.
Buddhiji, this is Arya. If I may recommend, we can continue this in a separate, briefing session for all of our new students.
Yeah.
Are on a tight schedule, as I had mentioned, and I thank you very much for the briefing that you've given us on the library. There have been a number of questions on accessing textbooks and other materials that students will be using.
Let me take our students to the contact page over here. And so these are the emails that you can use. The last slide of my presentation you can use for contact us either for the course material or for any other things. You just drop an email to us, or you can even talk to over the phone also.
Wonderful. We'll also be sending a copy of the PPT to all of our students so that they may go through it.
Yes, it is available there also on, and also this is available on the library website itself, where you can find here about the library, user guides, and you will find PPT here as well. So you can always go to the library website, and this is right here. Global Library Handbook for Students and also presentation for students. So these are the two ones. This is the part of your student handbook, a writer, where all these links are there also, and also this presentation copy. So you can also download from here.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for that, Buddhiji. A whole host of information and user guides is available for all of our students on our very well organized library website. Now, student life is not just about academics and assessments and library. There is a whole host of support services that surround the students at JGU, including infrastructure, facilities, availability of classrooms and conference rooms and common spaces that we share and work and live in. To talk about these, we have our Chief Operating Officer and the head of our Human Resources Office, Mr. Jitu Mishra. Jitu ji, are you here?
Yeah, Aryaji, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Aryaji. So my name is Jitu Mishra, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer of the university, and I'm also the Senior Director for Human Resources. I welcome you all to JGU. I hope you are enjoying the summer break the best you can, and at the same time, you are keeping yourself safe and healthy during these uncertain times. I know you are eager to start your university experience, and after much deliberation and considerable consultation with the experts, we have decided to commence the fall 2020 semester in an online mode. You'll be very happy to know that more than 50 administrators are currently working to provide you a best online learning experience. During the last semester, our faculty members taught on MS Teams platform. We have been continuously engaging with the Microsoft Corporation to improve its offerings, and this time you will be taught by the faculty members through MS Together platform, and I'm very happy to report that JGU students will be the first ones in India to experience the MS Together platform. We have also substantially invested in improving the IT infrastructure, including the network connectivity in the faculty residences and audiovisual gadgets in the classrooms. We have also provided gadgets to the faculty members to be used as digital whiteboards to provide you a best online learning experience. When I talk about the campus facilities and infrastructure, the campus has a 2.5 million, almost 2.5 million square feet of built up area, over 90 acres of land. It's a self-sufficient campus where mostly the services like food, maintenance, and facilities management are provided through Sodexo, which is a French MNC, and they have been doing a splendid job with us for last 11 years. So there are 500, more than 500 employees of Sodexo working with us on round the clock basis to provide you the best of the amenities on campus. We are committed to provide an excellent teaching and learning experience to our students in JGU. We have been largely successful in attracting and retaining intellectuals and faculty members from across the world. From roughly 10 faculty members when we started in the year 2009, we have 700, more than 700 full-time faculty members in the fall 2020 semester. More than 50% of our faculty members have their qualifications from the top 200 global universities, and 14% of the total faculty members are international faculty members. I'm talking about full-time faculty members, and they're from 30 different countries. While organizations across the world are struggling with the issue of gender diversity, we have been able to maintain a very healthy gender diversity ratio in the university, where more than 50% of our faculty members are women faculty, and more than 40% of the academic leadership positions are being held by women faculty members. So these are some interesting statistics which I thought you'll be interested in knowing. We are also fully geared up to welcome you on campus when the government of India allows the higher education institutions to open up the campus physically. We have a plan ready to ensure highest levels of cleanliness and hygiene on campus at all the times. The health center infrastructure has been substantially augmented with addition of new infrastructure, new equipment, and hiring of more doctors and nursing staff. New classrooms and new facilities are being built, and all of these will be operational by the time you arrive on campus. These are very testing times, and I hope all of us will be able to pass through it, and I look forward to welcome you on campus. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jitu ji, for letting us know how much we have improved our IT services and our cleanliness and our health services, which I think is very, very important in the times to come as we wait to welcome our students physically back onto campus. We take our students' lives and their well-being very, very seriously. And we believe that at the core of the university lies the student. With that in mind, I'd like to talk about, or I'd like to invite Professor Albina Shakil, who heads our department and our committee for sexual harassment. Now, this is something that we take extremely seriously while on campus or off campus. Dr. Shakil, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Arju. Hello and good morning to all the students. Just a minor correction, the committee is headed by Professor Kathleen Modrowski. I am today appearing on behalf of her because she's in another time zone and has some pressing personal family matters. So welcome to all of you. This is the Committee on Gender Sensitization Against Sexual Harassment. That is, we all call it COC-SASH. It's a committee that comprises of faculty members, of staff members, and also students. So together as a committee, we try to perform 3 tasks to make your life as dignified, as safe, as secure as possible on campus, as well as, now in the online world. So the 3 tasks that we do are prevention, which happens through the process of sensitization on gender issues, about what is sexual harassment, even about how to propose, how to break up, how not to sort of mess up a big part of your lives. You're all, I'm assuming, at the cusp of young adulthood. Many of you are young adults. And as everybody has said, adult life comes with a lot of responsibilities too. So one of our tasks is sensitization and prevention. The other is prohibition. So you will see that in your student handbooks and other guidelines, things will be made clear to you that sexual harassment is a prohibited activity. So please don't indulge in it. And the third is redressal, which is that if any person, and we are a gender neutral committee in our purview, that means a person who is a male, who is a female, or a transgender, any person, if they face an unwelcome sexual advance, if they face sexual harassment, you are free to approach us, and on your complaint, we will act. Now, very quickly, a couple of things. For generations, students have asked, what is sexual harassment? If I fall in love with somebody and I just propose to them and then they don't like my proposal, are they going to say you have sexually harassed me? What happens to, love, to romance, to, the possibility of having special friends? So please, we want to reassure you that as a university, we are not interested in moral policing. We are not interested in policing or controlling your lives. We are only interested in curbing one thing, and that's why it's important to understand what is sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is unwanted sexual advance. That means any advance made towards somebody, if it is unwanted by that party, and that party conveys to you in any way, whether verbally, whether by gesture, whether non-verbally, that this is not welcome. Because if it's welcome, we are fine with it. Two parties, they have, any kind of interaction, we don't have a problem. But if it is unwelcome and then you persist, then it becomes sexual harassment. So if somebody says no to your proposal, that's okay. That doesn't make a proposal sexual harassment. But after that no, if you persist, yes, it does become sexual harassment. So you have to plan your proposals carefully. This is an online world. Don't jump into, rushing into things. Please be considered and careful. Now, sexual harassment is of two types. One is called quid pro quo. That means if there is any implied or explicit promise or threat of preferential or detrimental treatment, because it's not always the case between students, but students and faculty, staff members. A university is a complex place. So if there is a demand for a favor in return for a favor, a threat of detrimental treatment, that's understood as quid pro quo sexual harassment. Please do not feel afraid or intimidated. If at all you face any such situation, please consult us. Please reach out to us. Second is what is called hostile work environment. And once again, because for a couple of months, at least you are going to be online. So you will have many class groups, many chat groups, many WhatsApp groups. You'll have video calls. You'll be in classroom space together, online, both video as well as through audio. Now, there are a lot of cultural differences that we have amongst us. Some kind of conversations, jokes about sexual banter, is okay for some students and is not okay for some students. So I would urge you that as far as these what are called workplaces, professional, academic spaces are concerned, and even in your personal space, if anybody expresses discomfort, do not jump on that response by saying, oh, how conservative, they are still old fashioned. They don't know. Please understand that we have students from many parts of the country. And if somebody feels uncomfortable, you can have a lengthy discussion later about what kind of culture ought to be an accepted culture, but it is better not to have any sexually colored conversation any sexually colored gesture, sharing of material, etc. in all these groups. So please avoid it. Even at a personal level, if anybody says no, please take it seriously and please do not continue with that behavior. Now, very quickly, I want to guide you through 2-3 more things. One is that if you have a complaint, if you are a recipient of unwanted sexual harassment, what do? You will see in the slide and information shared by the university that you can approach any of the committee members. So starting from the chair to faculty members to even the elected student members who are there from every school. You can reach to us through email. You can reach to us through a 24-hour helpline. You are now our students. If you face sexual harassment anywhere, please feel that the university know that the university will assist you. Do not think that the other party is not from the university. I'm doomed. What do I do? The university will not help me. You are now our students. We are there to take care of you and to support you. So please know that there are multiple ways. However, there are certain restrictions. The restriction is that if an incident happens, we know that many a times people take a long time to tell us, but the law tells us that there's only 3 months from the incident. Within those 3 months, you have to file a complaint with us if you feel, so it can't be longer than that. Only under very, very exceptional circumstances of physical incapacity, mental incapacity is, any extension of that sort of allowed. Can somebody file a complaint on somebody's behalf? Unfortunately, in very rare circumstances of mental and physical incapacity, so people have to do it themselves. Please do not hesitate. Consulting us doesn't mean you're filing a complaint. Moreover, there are 2 things that all complainants, all persons who are facing a problem are allowed. One is the option of conciliation. The other is the option of inquiry. Now, many a times young people feel, this other person is really, troubling me, stalking me, not taking a no from me. I just wish they would stop. I don't want them punished right now. I don't want that, but I hope they get a clear message. So the option of conciliation, if you opt for it, then you give us the same complaint, but that means we as a committee will mediate between the 2 parties and you can come to an agreed conduct and behavior, that we will not contact each other, etc. In this case, there is no inquiry, no finding of sexual harassment, as well as no punishment of any kind, just an agreement. So that is one route. The other route is the inquiry route. That means if you face something, then yes, there will be an inquiry on the principles of natural justice. Everybody will be heard. Then are off-campus incidents accepted for complaints? Yes, we do. So please do not feel alone in any way. There are interim measures that we can give you. Supposing you are somewhere, you require a section change or anything like that, those are measures that are easily possible. We don't want you to feel that you are in a hostile workplace or a hostile classroom. So with these words, I would just once again welcome you. There are many more things to come in the future in our journey together. I hope you'll join us actively as student community in making a gender sensitive campus. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you very much, Albina. Like I mentioned earlier, the student really is at the center of everything that we do at the university. And we are absolutely committed to ensuring that our students are safe and, more importantly, happy. One contributor to the happiness of our students is the Office of Student Life and Cultural Engagement, an office that I am very, very proud to say has contributed so much to our students' lives and takes care of our students' activities outside of the classroom. With that, I'd like to invite Professor Upasana Mahanta, who leads our Office of Student Life and Cultural Engagement. Over to you, Upasana.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that kind and generous introduction, Arja. A heartiest welcome to the batch of 2020. It gives me enormous amount of happiness to welcome all of you to Jindal Global University. As we all recognize, we live in rather unprecedented times. Lives as we know it have changed. The pandemic has impacted every aspect of our life in a great way. But it has also created opportunities. It has created opportunities for new learnings. It has created opportunities for innovation. And as speakers before me have emphasized, at JGU, we are committed to constantly innovating ourselves, to constantly reinventing ourselves, and we are committed to giving you and the best experience of your life. We want to make sure that this journey that you're embarking on with us is an exciting one and it is worth your while. So with that, I will very briefly talk a little bit about the Office of Student Life and Cultural Engagement. As Professor Ajo mentioned, in JGU, we insist that learning is not confined to only the classroom, and we want to create a vibrant cultural environment in the university. And the Office of Student Life and Cultural Engagement has been established with this very explicit motive. We started work on 1st August 2018, so we are 2 years old. And we have been striving to work towards offering a multiplicity of spaces and opportunities to the JGU community to engage with a wide variety of art and cultural expressions from India and also from around the world. So what do we want to do? We want to play and have been for the past 2 years playing a significant leading role in connecting the campus to art practices, practitioners, and lineages of contemporary artistic expressions. What we've done in the past a few, I think, semesters is we have brought in various kinds of cultural expressions to the campus, including music, dance, theatre, photography, from Nasiruddin Shah coming to campus with Einstein. We had acclaimed theatre director Royston Abel bring the Manganiyas, the 43 musicians to campus who put up a fascinating performance for all of us. We have become a hub for Speak Meke, so we have regular performances which we host in collaboration with Speak Meke, whether it is Kathak or flute or various other kinds of workshops, performances, and so on and so forth. So what we want to do is we want to make these spaces accessible. We want to make them fun to experience. But at the same time, what we want to do is that we emphasize equally on developing new ways of seeing and experiencing, and as well as developing a critical perspective towards our contemporary realities. So we have a huge volunteer base where our students come and volunteer and work with us. And what they could do through the office is, become part of organization of these events. They interact with the artists. They write and publish about their experiences. They are involved in various aspects of production, various aspects of organization, which allows them to have a wholesome, critical, experience, which is both, a fun experience, but at the same time, it also allows them to have new perspectives and allows them to experience new ways of learning. What we also are committed to actually in the office is to facilitate productive engagement on campus on critical issues, such as mental health. We have been able to spark off engagements with the students community on campus on issues like mental health through workshops, through free-flowing evenings of drawing, painting, conversing. And something that we are also extremely conscious of and at the same time proud of is that Sonipat itself, where the university is located, is a city that has tremendous historical and cultural heritage. And it is increasingly becoming a higher education hub with various educational institutions being set up in the city. So we have students and academics from all over the country and outside who now live in the city, lending it a unique and a dynamic character. So it is crucial that in this moment of change, questions of community cultural practices, the role of existing people-led initiatives are integrated into the larger fabric of our academic life at JGU. So that is what we seek to do. We want to enrich the social and communal life on campus, by reaching out to the larger community around us, surrounding educational institutions, cultural organizations, people-led initiatives in the region. So that is in a nutshell what the office's vision is. We do recognize that many of the things that we have been able to do in the last few semesters, we are not able to do because of the current situation that we find ourselves in. However, we are innovating. We are trying to bring in a new kind of experience, a new kind of expressions to you through the online platform. So very soon you will receive a detailed email from us with all the various kinds of events and activities that we have planned for this semester, which is going to be online. We want to assure you that although we are not going to be physically meeting, we will make sure that the experience of the cultural life of JGU is as enriching for you as it was for other students in the previous semesters. And once we are on the other side of this, and once we are able to meet each other and see each other on the other side of this, we would do many more exciting things together. And I do hope that you would be involved with the work of the office. You will come to us, talk to us, you can write to us anytime. You can call us. All our contact information are available on our website. We will share our website link with you. On our website, we also have a newsletter that has condensed and spoke about everything that the office has been doing so far and plans to do in the future. We also organize workshops and we give out certificates for successful participation in those workshops. We give out volunteer certificates. We will talk about this in greater detail as when we continue to interact throughout the rest of the semester. And once again, it gives me immense pleasure and it's a privilege to welcome all of you to Jindal Global University. I hope that this is a journey that you will enjoy. It will enrich both yours and our lives. And I look forward to working together with you to make this experience a vibrant one for all of us. I want to leave you with just 1.5 minutes, like a set of photographs of various events that the SLC has done so far, just to give you a sense of what you have been doing. I hope technology permits, so I will try to share my screen. If I'm able to do it, please have a look at what we have done and write to us, call us for any queries that you have, and you will get a detailed email from us soon. Thank you very much and welcome once again.
I myself have, as you may recall, I've attended so many of these events and I've got goosebumps right now just thinking about being in these events, and hopefully sooner than later, we should be able to come back onto campus and be able to experience student life and cultural engagement once again. You know, one of the things that many students and parents who are incoming ask me every now and then is about what happens after JGU. Where do I go after I finish my studies at the OP Jindal Global University? At JGU, we're not in, I don't see a point in talking about us being as providers of higher education. I see JGU more as creators of a future for all of our students and their parents. Now, what futures lie ahead after JGU? In other words, what are the careers that are available for JGU students? Now, because we are a multidisciplinary university, our careers are diverse in nature. People have gone on to become lawyers, they've become public policy experts, they've gone on to become diplomats, so on and so forth. But to talk about the services that are available to build one's career at JGU, we have Professor Dr. Ashim Talukdar, who heads the Office of Career Services, and he's here to talk about what kind of support, what kind of services does the Career Services Office provide to our students. Over to you, Dr. Talukdar.
Am I visible now?
Yes, you are. Please
okay. Good morning to all my dear students, and also good afternoon those who are the eastern part of this world at this moment. Let me have this privilege and the pleasure of welcoming you in this OP Jindal Global University. To begin my talk, or to give you a brief, let me start with a small quote of Vivekananda. He said, "The secret of life is not employment, but it is the education with experience." So this part is education with experience, where we come in. The Office of Career Services come in. So when you say career, what does mean career? Career means becoming a CEO of a company. Does career means becoming the Chief Justice of a country? Or career means be the great policy maker? Career is ultimately to have a fulfilling or a meaningful living in your life by a fulfilling experience that you enjoy by making meaningful contribution to the society. So whether you are in a corporate world, whether in your law firm, whether anywhere, they're all connected to the society and they all make contribution to the society. And that's where you will be doing as you pass through and you come out as a graduate from this university. In that journey, critical journey, at the beginning of your shaping that career, the Office of Career Service comes in. So Office of Career Services takes the total accountability and responsibility to engage the entire community of students of this university in that holistic journey of career development process. So this office helps you and helps every student to shape up their career and guide them what is best for them to what they will do and making their career as they go through path. Because life will be always a continuous learning process, and learning, as Vivekananda said, learning happens through experience, and that experience what you will enjoy when you pass out and goes to the environment and be a part and a responsible citizen of the society. And that's what we are going to do about you. So we set up our to students for their success in their career in various ways. So obviously one is supporting the search for their meaningful internships. Now when you need internships, capstone, long-term or short-term internships, please do understand, particularly in the social science, like your business education or policy, government policy, or your international affairs, or your law, action to theory, whereas pure science is theory to action. And when we talk about action to theory, your learning only takes place and gets consolidated and take a real meaning when you are able to connect with what happens in the real world. And that's where your learning is incomplete unless you have experience, not in the classroom, but go to the real field of world and learn by yourself, because learning happens through experience, as we were on that side. So therefore, whether you do capstone, whether you do internship for a long term or short term, that's a excellent or a very, very critical part of your curriculum, which you should do, and that's where OCS will be coming and helping you. OCS also, many of you do not want to stop here and go to the corporate or the law firms or any other organization to make contribution to the society. You may like to further go for a higher educations. Even we will be doing and supporting in that environment. Though we have a separate school for that, we'll be doing that. We'll help also to, of course, we'll help you for a job search. Also, we are going to train you for your employability skill. How do you develop your employability skill? So having said this, now OCS comes in the interface of the industry interface or organizational interface, okay, the external interface. So OCS comes between the three, creating a collegial and a collaborative environment with academia, industry, and the student community. So that ecosystem creation, that because industry looks for, whether it is a law firm or law organizations or any other industry that you talk about, they look for the talent, they need talents. So we become a talent factory for them. We become a source of talent searches. They give us what they need. So to help us in our curriculum development, curriculum modification, curriculum alignment, what the external world wants you to shape up and what you need to learn. And third, of course, there also is a field of research and other areas where our academia enhances their knowledge, and OCS plays a very crucial role in coming as an interface to the industry and the three stakeholders, bringing them together, academia, industry, and the students. And they work as a catalyst. So we work on that phase and this. Now, how do you do that? So there'll be throughout the year, we'll have a lot of interaction with the industry. We have a huge network of industry in every segment you talk about in this world as available. So we have a huge networks and we have a huge connection. So they will be continuously coming to the university, and they are today the virtual world we are experiencing. That's a new way, because virtual world talks about more adaptability, flexibility, and collaborations. So that is a very good platform to collaborate at this moment through webinars, through guest lectures. So they will be continuously helping you to guide and to learn from their experience, from their wisdom, and that's learning. It will be much more effective possibly than what you will learn in the classroom. So I would urge upon all students, please don't ever let this opportunity go. When the real people in the world comes in and tells you what is their experience, what is their wisdom, and share it, and that's what your learning gets a complete shape. So we request all the students get engaged with the industry. And second important part of this industry interface when I'm talking about, industry don't like office, industry don't like taluda, industry like the students. Industry like to be connected to the students. Okay, so in that phase, you have the students, we drive it through our students. We want our students to connect to the industry, and we work as a catalyst because they want to interact with you. They also want to shape up your career by taking charge of your career for future. So please don't leave those opportunities to yourself. So having said this, platforms, we work in three ways. Four ways rather. One is untiring support you will get from the entire OCS staff for your career development. There'll be no second thought on that. But however, we will be giving you career education, career counseling, and employer relationship. These are three pieces of things, which is career education happens by giving you all employability skills, developing, because your success in the as you pass out from this, as Professor Ariya tried to say, that's you start building after you get out of this premises. but you leave connecting with that, no doubt. I'm not saying you leave for, you become an alumni and then you go there. What you do is that there are two parts will be very important. One is your intellectual capability, which you gain in your classroom, but more important possibly is your behavioral skills, behavioral competencies, where OCS will come and try to help you out, like communications and your this softer part of the skills, because that will matter more in the industry than anything else. So we are in connection with, we are in alliance with various other people who will counsel you, will mentor you, will help you to develop those skills. We have a partnership with some of them, and they will come along. Beside that, we have a very strong team who will be continuously guiding you and helping you. The other is a education. The other is employer relations and career advising. We'll have this various type of people who will come and give you advice on the career. And the third part is your employer relationships. Again, I talked about industry, that ecosystem creation. These are our major tasks. We have a huge network with ourselves, but we want our students to take charge of it. So this is holistically the career service will be working with you, will be engaged and be taking accountability, shaping your career. But having said this, let me again tell you, nobody can take charge of your career unless you take charge of your career. We are all facilitator, we are all catalysts in your shaping this, but you must create that, burning desire in yourself, what you want to, where you want to go. Your journey starts from now. And in that journey, as you pass out from this and become graduate, in the process, you will go to the internships, learn in the field. And as you move forward in your life, as together, what you will be discovering yourself continuously. And you will know ultimately what is the calling in your life. And you will not. So don't come with a, I saw many students come with a very preconditioned mind. No, I'll do this, I'll do that, I will do this. Don't get yourself straight jacketed in this narrow thinking. Be open, more flexible, and that will help you to shape your career better. At the end, let me tell you, we have a very strong team with us. We have divided in 3 verticals. Law school has very, very strong and very experienced, and most of them having their law background. So they come with a very strong background. It is led by Anubhav Sharma and Gaurav Shukla. Gaurav himself is a lawyer, is not an LLM student, and you have with a support team like Alisha Chawla is a law graduate, Payal Nazir is a law graduate, Kirti Singh is a law graduate. So there are people who are already knows the field, he knows the product, he knows the employees liking and dislikings. So they will be working with you. We have your JSIA and JP. We have Hemlata Sharma and Vaishali. Hemlata comes from that background of working with policy organizations, several policy organizations, and we have a huge network of international connections, and the embassies. So this team will be helping you. And the third is that our business school, journalism schools, School of Art and Architecture. Very recently, next year, the students will come out graduating this year. And you also have liberal arts, the students, and you have a banking and finance. This is again, you have a very, very strong team headed by Sriram Raghavan, who himself is a graduate, is an MBA from the SS University of France. And all of them have a huge experience they bring in. And nice thing to say in this, that we also have in their team one of our alumni, one of the brilliant students from the business school, Divita Madan. And she was a brilliant student. She was my student. I know her so closely. I pursued her to be there with us, and she is making a very, very meaningful contribution because she can relate to you much better than any other teams you have. So that's all about the our industry, the OCS about. You are, we will be a part of your life, part of your career journey, and we really will be enjoying with you, interacting with you. Please be demanding on us. I always say, please come and demand with us, shout on us. We love it. We love your interactions, but you have to, at the end again, you have to take charge of your career. And as I've seen, I had some corporate experience, I'll say, about 30 years, I've seen that people who have a burning desire to shape up their own career, they never fails. They ultimately makes it. So create that burning desire with what you want to be. Discover yourself in that journey. You will not be able to discover right now. You will ultimately know what is your career actually, what's your calling in your life, that will give you a very fulfilling and personal and professional experience. Thank you so much, Professor Arya, and thank you so much, our students, and I welcome you and to them once again, and I wish you a great success in your life. And I'm sure one day I'll be able to tell my children, grandchildren, these are the students I taught. Okay.
Thank you very much, Oshinda. Thank you very much. That was very, very inspiring, Oshinda. I can tell you this, that I've been a corporate lawyer myself before I joined JGU, and the kind of work that the Office of Career Services does is unparalleled and absolutely phenomenal. Starting from helping students design and write their CVs to undertaking so many workshops and open house sessions on how to present oneself in an interview, and converting, let's say, internships into into placements. All of this advice is provided by the Office of Career Services. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, given the fact that we are in a pandemic scenario, everything that we do when we're connecting with each other, when we're teaching, when we're learning, when we're researching, everything that we do is online, which means that our teaching pedagogy, all of our services are, everything that we do is dependent upon our information technology office, which has now become possibly one of the most important and key resources that JGU has. Over the last few months, we have significantly upgraded our IT resources, whether it's in terms of bandwidth, whether it's in terms of availability of electricity and internet to all of our faculty members and our students across India. Here to talk about IT resources and how you can take advantage of these resources is Mr. Karan Kumar, the Director of our IT Services. Over to you, Karan.
Thank you, Professor Arya, for the introduction. I hope I am audible. Good morning, everyone. Sorry? Good morning, everyone, and welcome to OK General Global University. My name is Karan, and I take care of IT at the university. First of all, I would like to congratulate every one of you for securing an admission at JGU, and I see that you've been switching context repeatedly since morning, between different talks, and I know that there was a career service talk right before mine. I completely understand that switching context is difficult, but having said that, welcome to higher education. I will quickly introduce the service provided by IT in the next few minutes and open the floor for Q&A. First off, we have the Microsoft suite for everyone at the university, meaning that you have your official email addresses on Microsoft Outlook. Every one of you will get an @jgu.edu.in email address, with which you get the complete Microsoft suite. That is OneDrive for storage, which is an equivalent of Google Drive if you've used it, or Dropbox for that matter. You get a 5 TB storage space online on OneDrive. You get Microsoft Office, all the apps that are available on Microsoft Office, such as PowerPoint, Excel, Microsoft Word, OneNote, and all. Everything is available for you. All you need to do is log in with your JGU email address, and you'll have premium services available on your apps. You get Microsoft Teams. As you can see, we all are on Microsoft Teams right now. You get Microsoft Forms and other other online Microsoft services which are available. Everything will be available to you as well. Then when you arrive at the campus, you'll see that the entire campus is Wi-Fi enabled. You get to connect 3 devices to the internet. There is a single sign-on, meaning that when you move around the campus, you do not necessarily need to switch to another router. You just have to sign on once and forget about it. There is a 50 Mbps speed per device that you get, and we're planning to upgrade that as well. Then there are a couple of software solutions which are fairly useful for you to use. One is called the UMS, where you can see your attendance, where you can see your examination marks and results, and while the classes are going on, the faculty will be sharing important resources with you using the UMS and other assignments as well. That is the learning management system, which takes care of your completely takes care of your academic needs. Then there is a campus management app called Polpol, which has been installed at the campus. You can download that app from Google Play Store or the App Store. The credentials will be sent to you soon. There are multiple functionalities built into Polpol for campus management. You have the help center for student housing services such as room cleaning, etc. There's a shuttle that runs from the campus to Delhi more or less every day, or twice or thrice every day, I guess. And you can use the Polpol app to book your seat in that shuttle. If you're an undergrad student, you would be needing a gate pass to exit the campus. The gate pass can be applied for, can be approved on Polpol. Then, if you want to use the classrooms after the classes for group study and all, you can book the classrooms again on Polpol. And there are multiple other features. We'll be sending a comprehensive guide to using Polpol as well. The credentials for UMS and Polpol will be shared shortly. The credentials for UMS is the same as your JGU email address and password. You don't need another ID for that. We'll be sharing the Polpol credentials shortly, and as soon as your account is created on both, you will receive an email from us. Then I think one of the most important things right now is the online classes, which are going to be, which will start on the 1st of September. The online classes are going to be conducted on Microsoft Teams. I see that you all have joined from Microsoft Teams, but I'm sure a lot of you must have joined in as guests, and a lot of you might have joined in on the browser. I suggest that you download the Microsoft Teams app on your laptop or your desktop or your mobile phones. The login credentials of Microsoft Teams are going to be your JGU email credentials. Do not use your personal email address to join or to log in on Microsoft Teams. If you have not received your JGU email ID and password, you will receive in the next coming week. We'll make sure that you receive it before the 1st of September. The links for all the classes or all the courses that you would be taking will be sent to you in an email by the IT team. To join into any classroom, all you need to do is click on that particular link, and the Microsoft Teams app will open up, and you just have to take the class. Just click on those links. Do not share the links with others. Keep yourself on mute when you join the class. I suggest that you keep your camera on, but you may consult with your teaching faculty about that. Before I open the floor for Q&A, there are 2 email IDs which are going to be really useful for your time at JGU. One is it@jgu.edu.in, and the other one is erp.helpdesk@jgu.edu.in. I will be posting that in the chat as well. I'll ask the admin to post it in the chat. Sorry. And these 2 email addresses are going to be really useful, specifically when you're taking the online classes, and even after you're back on the campus, you would be needing these IDs now and then. Congratulations once again, and all the best. If you have any questions, please type those in. Back to you, Professor Arif.
Thank you so much for this, Karan. I would request IT support to keep Karan on live for now. There have been a number of questions on, a lot of students are saying they haven't received their JGU email ID and password yet. To all of your students who haven't received your JGU ID and password yet, please be patient. This is an ongoing process, and you will receive it at some point of time before the semester starts. Now, as I'm given to understand, Karan, based on the JGU email and ID and the password that the IT office will be sending out to these students, we will be able to access all of Microsoft services that will be required for our students, including Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Microsoft Teams, Forms, etc. Is that correct, Karan?
That is correct.
Wonderful. And in terms of starting, and we all have our classes online and on MS Teams. So I can tell you as a faculty member myself, MS Teams is actually fairly easy to use, and it integrates beautifully with all of the other Microsoft services that we use, right? I'm just going to quickly check if we have any other questions that pertain to IT services. All right. A few questions have come in about connection issues. And, some students joined in late, some students were unable to hear or view parts of this orientation, and there are worries that the same might happen for regular classes. Karan, could you talk about whether this is being recorded, and if so, where is this webinar, this orientation going to be stored? How can students view it? And how can students view lectures or online classes that they may inadvertently have missed out on? Karan?
Sure, thank you. So I'm going to divide this into three categories. One is it is a good idea to invest in a good internet service at your place. That is a very good idea given the scenario that we all are going through. Two, the classes will be recorded. All the classes will be recorded. The faculties have been given an instruction to record all the online classes, and you will see a red dot, when you're on Microsoft Teams, which indicates that a particular class is being recorded. If you do not see that, you can ask your faculty member to record that particular class, and they will help you out with that. Once the recording is done and it is saved, in the chat window on Microsoft Teams, you will see the link to that particular recording. However, I understand that it may get difficult to retain that particular link from the chat window again and again. There is a particular app called Microsoft Stream, which is also a part of the Microsoft suite that OP Jindal Global University has. You can go to Microsoft Stream. It is spelled STREAM, Stream. You can go to Microsoft Stream and you will see all the videos that you have access to and all the classes that you have been a part of. If you do not see that, you can get in touch with us again at ERP Helpdesk or IT@JGU. Third point is, if you are in an online class and if you see, if you're experiencing a patchy internet, then there is an option of turning off the incoming video on Microsoft Teams. So whosoever has turned on their video in the online class, other people can see it. Only for you, you can turn off the incoming videos. You will not see anyone's video stream, and you will, in a way, save your internet bandwidth, and you'll be at least able to see the audio well and the screen sharing, the PowerPoint presentation that is being shared on the screen well. So these are three things that you can try out. I sincerely suggest get a good internet connection. It's going to be really useful.
All right, thank you very much for that, Karan. We have another fairly basic question. A student is asking, how can I access the other Microsoft services using the JGU login?
Okay, if you have logged into the Microsoft Outlook app on the web by going to mail.jgu.edu.in, and if you've logged into it using the JGU credentials that we have sent, on the top left corner you will see an icon which is, I think, nine squares. It's a box, nine squares divided. You click on that and you can see all the apps listed there. And you can access anything you want: Microsoft Teams, the calendar, PowerPoint, online Excel, and whatnot. Yeah. So actually, it is 9 dots, not 9 squares. Top left.
Right. Okay. Let's look. Let's take a look at a few other questions. A number of students are asking, by when should we be expecting the emails regarding ID and login? Of course, students must receive their IDs and logins by the 1st of September. It will have to be before that. We expect all of our students to be in attendance on the 1st of September. Karan, there's another question that is being asked by Satya. what is the role of Microsoft Outlook in our classes? Fairly basic question, I guess.
Okay, so Satya, Microsoft Outlook is nothing but an alternative to your personal email ID. So Microsoft Outlook is the host for your JGU email address. You will receive communication on your official JGU ID for all the classes that are going to happen from the IT, from the school, from the faculty member if they want to share any material with you, if they want to share any announcements with you. So it is a good idea to download the Microsoft Outlook app on your mobile phones as well and log in with your JGU credentials. It is a good idea to be in touch with everyone from the university using the Outlook app. Back to you, Professor. You're on mute.
Right. A student is asking, can we get a brief session on how to use Microsoft Teams? Also, Karan, could you please repeat the important email IDs that students should reach out to in case they face any IT issues?
Sure. As far as Microsoft Teams is concerned, you will again receive a comprehensive email from me personally on your JGU email address. I'll try to forward it to your personal email IDs as well, if possible. And that will contain a certain video, a list of video tutorials as well for you to consume. That will have the basic training necessary for you to take any online class using Microsoft Teams. And my suggestion again here is that you may use Microsoft Teams for doing some internal meetings with your friends, with your family members, just to get used to it. Just play around with the app, just understand what you need to do while a class is going on. And it's fairly simple, especially for the generation that you belong to. The email addresses that would be necessary. One is it@jgu.edu.in. Just remember that. We'll take care of everything else.
Right. So I'm given to understand that there'll be detailed user guides on how to use Microsoft Teams. Once students start receiving their JGU email IDs, they will also be sent these user guides. A student is asking, should we purchase a laptop or an iPad, or would an iPad work for online classes in their programs? Karan, would you recommend the purchase of a laptop?
An iPad would suffice. It would not create much of a problem. However, during the course of your time at JGU, you may need a laptop. So if you want to buy one, go ahead and do it. It would be useful for your course.
Well, given the fact that most of us, in terms of our faculty members, most of us will require you to undertake some kind of research work which involves some kind of typing, you might want to invest, in my opinion, invest in a laptop because it's just simpler to research on, simpler to type on, unless, of course, if you have an attached keyboard. Let's take a look at a few other questions and maybe we can close out from here. All right, so here's another question. I have an Apple laptop. Do I need to buy MS Office 365 home version, or can I download Office products from SharePoint? Karan?
Okay, you can download the Microsoft Office products directly from the App Store on your MacBook. And once you do that, you can just sign into those Microsoft products using your JGU email credentials. You do not need to purchase anything. You do not need to pay any money. As soon as you log in, you will have the premium accounts on Microsoft Office. Just make sure you use your JGU credentials to log in to any Microsoft product everywhere. Those are going to be free for you.
All right. I have another question, Karan. Would the email IDs provided to us, as in the JGU email IDs, will they be available to us after we graduate, or will they be deactivated?
So once you graduate, we just change the email ID a bit. For example, if your ID is karan@jgu.edu.in while you're a student, it becomes karan@postjgu.edu.in once you've graduated. So these email IDs are going to be with you throughout your life, and you will have access to it. And all the content that you have on your email for these three to 5 years for your time at JGU will be transferred to your post-JGU email addresses as well.
All right. Thanks, Karan. I like the fact that the JGU email ID will remain with our students for life. Once a JGU student, always a JGU student. And I'm so glad that we can, even after we graduate from JGU, that we continue to be part of, this greater cohort of students, and a very special cohort of students, I might add, who are coming in a pandemic year. So another student asks, do we get an official 5 TB OneDrive storage by virtue of being a JGU student? Perhaps a little more on the storage capacity and how students can access the storage capacity for the students who are listening in.
Yeah, as I mentioned in my monologue as well, you get 5 GB storage on OneDrive, and that remains with you. I will send the details. You'll receive the details as well. The PowerPoint presentation, which has all these details. So don't worry about that.
All right, wonderful, wonderful, great. Let me see if there are any. Okay, here's an interesting question, Karan. Which laptop do you suggest that we purchase ideally, and Apple or Windows? Which one is better?
Apple.
Apple. Well, I can tell you this. I work from a Mac as well, and I find Apple to be. I've worked with Windows laptops for many years. I've switched to Mac about 2 years back, and I think it is better as well. But this remains a personal decision. You don't need to take into account and either my opinion or Karan's opinion at all. How many devices can be used for Microsoft Office applications, Karan?
How many devices can be used in the sense?
And I think
log in.
I think the student is asking how many devices can we sort of use our JGU ID on?
Oh, that's unlimited.
Unlimited.
You can connect it to as many devices as you want.
All right. Thank you.
But do not share your password with anyone. Please don't share your password with anyone.
That is absolutely correct, because the reason for that being that a lot of the information that is shared with students is private in nature, including your grades, your attendance records, the assessments that you've done, the assignments that you will be putting in. All of that will be linked to your JGU email ID, and if you share your JGU email ID and the access to that with anyone, that could lead to identity theft, right? All right. For classes, how do students log in for classes? Do they do it through Outlook? I'm given to understand simply download the Microsoft Teams app and log into the Microsoft Teams app using the JGU email ID and password, and your classes should already be there, right? Karan, could you confirm this, please?
Yeah, so first step is to download the Microsoft Teams app and log in using your JGU credentials. The links to your classes will be sent on an email on Outlook. You have to click on that link for the first time. Once you join a particular class, that will always remain in your Microsoft Teams app. And whenever you're going to join that class again, just click on that particular chat window or that particular group, and you can join that respective class.
Wonderful, great. A few more questions before we're almost out of time for Karan. There are a number of students who are saying that an email ID has been allotted to me, but when I log in on UMS, it says that the account doesn't exist. I'm given to understand that this is an ongoing process, Karan.
Yes, as soon as your accounts on UMS and Colpol will be activated, a mail will be shot out to you. You can log in only after that mail has, you receive that mail. So do not try to log in before. You won't be able to. Wait for that particular email. You will receive it before the 1st of September for sure.
All right, wonderful. I think that's all the time that we have for our IT services. Thank you so much, Karan, for briefing us and talking to our students about what kind of services are available and where they should be navigating, in order to get to their classes. The long and short of it is you will receive your JGU email address, your JGU email ID and your password soon enough on the email ID that you've provided on NPF. If you have not provided an email address on NPF, please do so immediately, and you will get your JGU email ID and password soon enough, right? Remember, we are doing classes online, and it's absolutely imperative that all of you attend our classes online. And in order to do so, we must make the use of the IT services, including Microsoft Teams. Thank you very much, Karan. Now, I know that we are in a pandemic year and we won't be coming into campus before the government allows us. As you may know, the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Health Ministry has not allowed schools and universities to open up for physical classes yet. And across the world, this has been the case. And many schools and colleges are doing online classes. Having said that, JGU is and remains and will be a residential university. With that in mind, I invite our Chief Warden, Mr. Pavan Kumar Dhawan, to address our incoming cohort of 2020 as to what they may expect when they come into campus physically. What are the hostel facilities and how should one behave when one is in hostel? I know for a fact that people have a lot of fun in classrooms and also outside classrooms, but particularly in their hostels, and how, what are the limitations of these fun-filled activities. Over to you, Pavanji.
Thank you very much, Professor Ajay. This is Pavan Kumar Dhawan, Chief Warden. I am here for the last about five and a half years, and I have enjoyed my stay throughout. And in as much as I would wish that you would enjoy your stay out there when it happens after the pandemic curve is flattened. And I welcome you all to the University Halls of Residence, which is world-class, having world-class facilities. We have 10 hostels in all at this point in time, consisting of 2,331 rooms, and which can house at the most 6,895 students. We have, out of 10 hostels, we have 4 hostels which are exclusively for girls, and we have 6 other hostels which are for boys. And all the hostels are having, world-class facility. They are having reading rooms as well as common rooms to facilitate fun and reading in the hostel itself. And my dear students, whenever you happen to come and join the campus, all of you will be allotted rooms on random basis. That will be absolutely without any bias, impartially. And whenever you come, our admission office will definitely convey to you which are the things you have to bring in. And for any query on this count, you can always contact me. I'm always available 24/7, 365. And our hostels have round-the-clock wardens. They are available. Their phone numbers are always displayed on the notice board, and which are available on website as well as on our student handbook. Not only wardens, all the hostels are having 24/7/365 security to see that no untoward incident ever happens. But mind you, there are certain timings to be followed by you. You can go out of the campus for your meals, for your fun and all these, but then there is of course a timing. And for all the undergrad students, you can go, of course, no doubt about that, but you will have approval of your parents. And for getting your gate pass, we have a call app, which where you have to log in, and then your parents can also, at this point in time, parents can also log in, and unless they approve, I don't think you can move out. But then for whatever time you have been assigned the gate pass, you will have to adhere to. And then there are certain timings when you cannot move out right after 10 p.m. up to 6 o'clock. You just cannot go out, and if you cannot go out, you cannot also come in during that period, because of course you will appreciate that your security is on the top of our mind. That is our paramount duty as well. And of course, you can move around. We have a big campus out here, 90, 100 acres, and it can even grow up to 200 acres. But then you have to follow that code of conduct. You will be contained, given all the details of the code of conduct in your handbook and individually as well. Yes, for your housekeeping and maintenance needs of the hostel rooms and all that, we have a Callpal app where you can apply a request, make a request, which we have a TAT, turnaround time, which we strictly adhere to. And we have, if by any chance or by misfortune, by any reason, we have a escalation matrix. And let me assure you, I'm here for the last about 5.5 years. I've absolutely enjoyed, and I'm pretty sure that you would also have the same kind of experience. And I won't mind saying this thing, I'm 68 years old. And being amongst the, young people, it invigorates you. I mean, it gives you a lot of energy. And with that, I wish you the very best, and you come back to the campus sooner than later. All the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pavanji, for your briefing on the hostel services. I'd just like to reiterate, for the benefit of our students and the parents, really, who are viewing us right now, is that, again, the student safety is absolutely paramount to us. And I've been mentioning this time and time again, at the center of everything that we do is the student. Now, while we can guarantee, we take great pains in ensuring that our students are safe and secure on campus, once they step out of campus, we cannot make the same, we cannot take the same measures outside of campus. And let's face it, we are in rural Haryana, which means that every time an undergraduate student steps out of campus, they will be required to take their parents' permission. This is not for anything else, just to make sure that the parent knows that the student is about to step outside of campus and to be a little more careful. This does not apply to postgraduate students, however, who can move out at any point of time. I'm just answering one of the questions that have come up on the live Q&A. And there have been a couple of other questions in terms of sharing. All of our rooms are on a sharing basis. On occasion, you may get to choose your own roommate if you put in an application to your warden or to the chief warden as well. You may have to share your room with students of other schools. And in fact, I would encourage that you do share your room with students of other schools. It just provides for a more interdisciplinary experience at JGU. We now move on to the administration of the JGU campus. And with us, we have Ms. Rosemary Thomas, who's Deputy Director of Administration at JGU. Rosemary, over to you.
Thank you so much, Professor. Good afternoon and a warm welcome to everyone gathered here virtually. My name is Rosemary Thomas, and I take care of the food services and the laundry services on campus. So the food, we have our dining services, we have dining halls, all air conditioned, which is the state of the art, which I'm sure you all will enjoy the day you're on campus. And our catering service partner is Sodexo with us, and they've been with us from the inception of the Jindal University, which is 10+ years. And well, here, so we provide you 4 sumptuous meals. So when I say sumptuous, we have a variety of Indian, Chinese, continental, and then you will be not tired of eating. We have 17 dishes for your lunch and dinner. And then apart from the breakfast and the evening snacks. And so this is, all about our dining catering service. And then of course, I forgot to mention, we have only vegetarian meals in the dining halls. But of course, eggs are part of the daily meals. You will enjoy the different variety of eggs made by our Sodexo. And for the non-vegetarians, of course, which is very essential also. So we have a food court, Bismamil Bistro. And you think of the brand and you have it in the food court. So we have the pizzas, Domino's, we have the Chinese burgos, we have the Indian Moti Mahal and Punjab Grill, we have the Burger Point. So we have all these things to cater to your day-to-day needs for the non-vegetarian services. We have a certain other outlets outside food court area within the campus. And we have an Amul ice cream parlor, which gives you a variety of ice creams and little snacks. And then we have a departmental convenience store, which will cater to all your day-to-day needs, including your stationery items and daily needs. And then we have a special outlet called Chai Tapri, which we ensure that we keep it open for you till late midnight hours for your convenience. And then we have little tuck shops also inside the campus in the dining halls. And then now I come to the laundry services. So we have in-house laundry service also. And this is also one of our very old service partner, WashX Hospitality. They've also been attached with us for more than 10 years. And so for this laundry services, you will have a pickup and drop point within each of your hostel blocks. So there will be little counters. You can deposit your soiled linens and collect back your washed linens. 48 hours is the washing cycle. So all of the details will be provided to you with respect to the email IDs for the support you will require for the food, as well as the laundry, for the food court and all other outlets. Well, with that, I wish and I pray for God's blessings on all of you for a successful and productive learning, while we very patiently and eagerly wait to receive you on our lovely, beautiful campus. Thank you so much. Thanks, Professor.
Thank you very much, Rosemary. When I was growing up and I went to law school in Calcutta, and I did my 5-year BSc LLB in Calcutta, I went to a government-run institute where if you wanted animal protein, you would leave the cockroach in the dal. That was how bad our mess facilities were. Having said that, I can personally tell you, I eat the Sodexo food on campus myself. While I am a non-vegetarian and I'm a Bengali and I love my fish, I will still eat the Sodexo food on campus. It is absolutely delicious and healthy. Of course, from time to time, I will venture to the Biswa Mill Bistro to pick up maybe a kebab, maybe a slice of pizza, maybe an egg roll, maybe a salad from Subway, right? So in terms of food options, the campus has enough and more options available to suit every taste, every palate. Having said that, our students are also expected to be highly disciplined. We take student discipline very, very seriously. And issues such as drug abuse, physical violence, bringing in of unwanted and prohibited substances onto campus is viewed very, very seriously. And we take very strict action against students who do so. To talk more about our disciplinary services, we have with us Mr. Abhishek Tyagi, who's the Joint Proctor from the Office of Chief Proctors. Abhishek, are you here?
Good afternoon, dear students. On behalf of the Office of the Chief Proctor, I congratulate and welcome all of you having joined the JGU community in the year 2020. To start my presentation, I think I will first go back to what Professor Albina and Professor Indranath were stating about joy and fun. And with joy and fun, they also mentioned there comes the responsibility. And when we talk about responsibility, we know that, any strategy won't be going through, until and unless you put it into action. And that is why, I have to start with my presentation with something about my presentation, I would first talk about, just a minute. I'm sharing my PPT with the students. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So I start with a quote by Bob Proctor, who was a philanthropist, and he said, "Discipline is giving yourself a command and follow up with an action." And that's what I was trying to say, that, with any responsibility, I mean, if you have a strategy, if you have decided to come to this university and you want to complete the course, follow up your professional life thereafter, something which is very important is discipline. While you will enjoy your life on campus once you are here, it is also important to follow certain rules and regulations. The structure of my presentation is like this. I'll first show you the organogram, the Office of the Chief Proctor, the Student Code of Conduct, what are the key parts of it, types of committees that handle the student discipline in case any matters are reported, sources of complaints, acts with zero tolerance, categories of violations, procedures to be followed, and penalties for violations. Organogram of the Chief Proctor is like this. The Office of the Chief Proctor is headed by the Chief Proctor, who is supported by the proctors and a couple of managers in the office. The JGU Student Code of Conduct says it's basically the rules and processes and procedures which define how, if an incident is reported, what are the do's and don'ts, what actions have to be taken in case matters are reported, and they are all intended to keep, the community, JGU community, the well-being, and take care of students who could make better choices and decisions about their career and their life. We have two committees in the Office of the Chief Proctor in the university. First is the Committee of Proctors, which works under the Office of the Chief Proctor. And the objective of this committee is that whenever any incident of violation of the JGU's Code of Conduct is reported, there should be a proper fact-finding, engage with the student or anybody involved in the incident, and then categorize them whether it's a minor offense or a major offense. In case it is a minor offense, it's resolved through engagement with the students or other members. In case the matters are major, they are all reported to the University Student Disciplinary Committee, which is the apex committee for all disciplinary matters. And once the University Disciplinary Committee takes the hearing of the case, understanding all the legal and other relevant facts keeping in mind, they take a decision with complete view of the student benefits and welfare as well. There are various complaints, there are various sources from where our office receives the complaints. It could be through the chief warden who was just speaking before me during the hostel, any incident if it happens. It could be the security office. It could be faculty members. It could be the fellow students. It could be non-teaching staff. It could be a teaching staff and any other member of the university. There are matters which can also be reported to our office from outside the university, wherein a student is reported to be engaged in certain incidents, which we may consider as violations. Now, there are certain acts that for which we have zero tolerance. Any violation of sexual harassment, ragging within the university campus. Then there are physical assaults, threats of violence, or maybe something which can be of negative impact for health and safety of any other person, fellow students. Possession of weapons, explosives, destructive devices, narcotics, prohibited substance, and then any sale, consumption, distribution of prohibited drugs. Mind you, these are offenses for which there are very, very strict penalties. So we observe zero tolerance for these kind of incidents. Apart from the zero tolerance, there are other categories of violation. And these all violations that I am showing on the screen will also be part of the student handbook. So we also suggest that all the students, once they get their student handbooks, they should go through this, apart from the other information, all the academic and other information available in the student handbook. But if the cooking is not allowed in the student rooms, so you have to avoid it. Keeping pets, cigarettes or other prohibited items, liquor, and even damage to the property or venturing out into the university areas which a student is not supposed to enter into, or any kind of altercation, verbal or physical, with the fellow students or with the staff members. Bringing outsiders into the campus, trespassing, refusing biometrics, unauthorized departures, which was stated by the chief warden as well. So ragging in any form, I've already mentioned. These are statutory offenses, which I'm showing over here. Hacking of email account, very important. The IT, Mr. Karan has also emphasized again and again that never share your password. But apart from not sharing your password, you have to also keep in mind that we will be going through an online session of classes, and there are a lot of things which are happening on social media. So we have to keep our discipline, keeping our own personal safety in mind on those accounts. Now, this is very important for all the students to know that what is the procedure which is followed. Whenever an incident happens, whenever a student experiences any kind of incident which he feels is not safe for him or her, they should always bring that complaint to the notice of the university, especially if it is of the violation which is prescribed over here. They should be reported to the office of the chief proctor. And once we receive a complaint, the immediate thing we do is we make a show cause notice to the concerned student. Once we receive the response to the show cause notice, we actually get engaged with the student and also see the severity of the offense. We assess the gravity of the complaint, we verify various evidences and testimony. And once we are satisfied and we have verified the credentials of any incident, the proctor's committee takes in cognizance all those things, and the assessment is taken to a further process, keeping in view the student interest and the legal and other implications. The case may be referred to the USDC if it is of a serious offense nature, and a decision is awarded thereafter. Once the decision is awarded, if any student is not really satisfied with the decision that has been granted to him or her, they can appeal against that to the appellate authority, who is the vice chancellor in our case. However, once the decision by the appellate authority has been granted or issued, that will remain binding for the concerned student. Now, the penalties could be a written warning or an undertaking. From warning, it can go even to information to parents, or maybe call parents to the campus in case it is required. We also do advising, or we advise counseling to students. We have you will also have a presentation perhaps for the counseling services that we offer. These are for which we have a dedicated counseling and wellness services available on the campus, and also the students have option to go and seek counseling outside for any kind of support that they may need. If the offenses are very, very serious in nature, especially when the student is involved repeatedly in some incidents, it could go to a short-term suspension, to a long-term suspension, and even to an extent of expulsion. Obviously, I mean, you are entering the campus. It is just to safeguard you. We are very mindful of the fact that, you know, the most important thing for all of you is your career, and we will take care. While we also expect you to maintain some orderliness on the campus when you are, and even when you are not on campus in an online mode, just keep yourself safe and secure. This is the mail ID of the Chief Proctor Office. Any incident that you feel is not safe for you, or you find yourself in a wrong place, this is the mail ID that you have to write information and file a complaint. This is very important for all of you to know that any complaint which we consider and act upon has to be submitted in writing on this mail ID. Because if there is no written complaint, it becomes very difficult for us to act upon. So be mindful that, you know, whenever you find any issues related to, or any incident related to violation of JGU Student Code of Conduct, you have to file a complaint on this particular mail ID. Now, having said that, it is not that these complaints are, you have to use this mail ID only for complaints. We also welcome your feedback, suggestions, which you may find needs improvement on campus for campus life. So we expect that you should also suggest us ways and means which can help improve your student life on campus, and we will definitely coordinate with the relevant offices and support you for that as well. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Tyagi. I've served on the disciplinary committee myself for a good number of years, and I can tell you that we take our students' safety and our students' responsibilities very, very carefully. Now, given the fact that we're in a pandemic year, we've received a number of questions over the last few months regarding our health services on campus. And I can tell you that our health services on campus have been significantly upgraded to ensure that even when we open up, we do so in a safe and healthy manner. To talk more about our health services on campus, we have Dr. Jatindra Sachdeva. Dr. Sachdeva, are you here?
Welcome, dear students, parents and faculty, and also the friends that are now listening to me. I greet you very much. I'm Dr. Jatindra Sachdeva, well known as only Jatinder, and I always at your service as a HOD in the health center, as a director of the Office of the Health Services. The students, you are just like my kids. On behalf of JGU Health Center, our entire team, we welcome you all here, and we hope that you maintain healthy lives, especially in these challenging times. Our health center is at your disposal 24/7. Our dedicated team of experienced doctors, we have 4 doctors at one now, along with the staff nurses, which are quite experienced, and they are 12 in number, and the 3 physiotherapists. They are always at your service at all times 24/7. I'll be sharing my escalated metrics also with you in my slide share. We have looking into the effect that COVID-19 has given us an opportunity to upgrade the events in such a way that we can be responsible for any of the acts we deliver, and that acts we are responsible for your health only. And for the health, we have upgraded our health center. We are a 20-bedded hospital. We have a separate few ward, which we use as an isolation ward also. Every bed has a calling bell system. Every bed has a multi-para monitor. Every bed has a medical gas pipeline system too. Along with all these, I have an emergency room which is fully equipped with defibrillator, ventilator, and the parameters, and many ECG machines, up to 5. We have 3 ambulances for the needs of the students and the faculty. If we have referral services, we have emergency services, we have specialty services. We are doing camps also for the benefits of the students and the faculty. We have tie-ups with multi-specialty hospitals like Tulip Hospital and the Films Hospital and Fortis and Apollo hospitals too. For investigations required for the students, we have a tie-up and with the Dr. Lal Path Lab and Aishuman Diagnostics, and we are offering us the services at a quite low rates. And for all these things, I will like to show my PPT. Can I show, Mr. Arya? Can I show my PPT?
Please go ahead. Please go ahead and share your screen.
Yeah. This is how we care for you. This is our team, surrounded by doctors and nurses, and thou Ebitam is saying. This is how it looks from outside. We have a full vision of a patient-focused healthcare with collaboration, with excellence, leadership, and respect to everybody. We try to excel in providing holistic, evidence-based, high-quality primary health care to JGU community. Our mission is very nice, as I have already explained. And these are the services available at the health center. We have 24/7 services, we have referral services, we have ambulances services, we have fleet of 3 ambulances. All the health center kiosks are set up at the admissions just to facilitate if somebody is having any problem, they can be given right medicine at the right place at that time only. This is our emergency room. You can see we have defibrillator, we have multi-parameter, we have ECG machines, we have ventilator. And this is the look of our ward rooms. This is one of the ward rooms. We have 2 male and female separate ward rooms and a flu ward that's also extra. You can see here this is the MGPS system. We can deliver oxygen, we can use vacuum, we can nebulize the patient. This is a paramonitor, and these things have been well maintained. It's not only the pictures, it's real. In reality, they are. This is a minority and dressing room. Yeah. This is how we manage the medical emergencies on call. Nurses on duty will take the required details of the emergency, and within the campus at 1 kilometer, we can reach immediately within 2 minutes. This is how they are shifted, and there is any need of referral to some multi-specialty hospital, they are referred to. It's how the escorts are given when we are referring the patients, especially the students. Like junior students, some like first and second year old, they are sent along with the nursing staff or the warden. And senior students, they go by self. But to carry them to the referral centers, we use ambulances, our own vehicles. What we have done is now is there is the whole of the health center is also digitalized. There is no paperwork. We have totally minimized it, and patient comes to the reception takes the vitals, enters his name or her name, and then is sent to the doctor digitally. And the doctor prescribes a medicine, gives a slip, and the medicine is given by the health nursing staff. Now, one day's medicine is given from the health center, and the other day's medicine patient has to buy it from the pharmacy from outside. That is inside the campus, in front of the health center. This is how our flu ward looks, and this is the second picture is over inside of the flu ward. We have 5 beds, and they are all separate rooms. The physiotherapy services, we have 3 excellent physiotherapists with us, and they are providing free services to the students. These are the physiotherapist rooms, consultation rooms, and the units where they work. This is how the doctors' names and contact numbers, this PPT has already been shared with you, and this is the 23rd number of the slide, which gives you the numbers of all the doctors, all the persons who are involved in your health care. These are the physiotherapists. These are the nurses. Along with the nurses, there is one chief nurse which is heading it and maintaining all the cleanliness, etc., and maintaining what to do and what not to do, everything for the students. Along with that, we have a person who is Mr. Varun Chabria, who is a junior manager admin, who is looking after all the facilities needed at the health center. He can also be contacted anytime. This is the escalation matrix in the slide number 26. You can contact any time, any day, day or night, to any of the persons, and I am also always available with my 2 numbers on board. You can call me. The old students, they know me. They know me very well, that how much I can, they can call me at night 12 or 1 a.m. and I will respond to them at the same time without any delay. These are the numbers you can contact us. And here is the team, and I thank you for all these things. I again welcome you, and I hope that each one of you will have a wonderful time, even though virtually, and hopefully it is momentarily only. We will interact with you face to face. See you. God bless you all. Call me Jitinder. That's all. Anytime.
Thank you, Jitendra. I really appreciated your presentation, and I can tell you, and your health center records will show this. I had to take the use of the health center about a month back, and if it were not for the prompt and timely action of the health center staff, it would have been a lot more serious in terms of health for me. I can guarantee that the health center does take care of each and every one of our students, no matter what the time of day, no matter what the ailment. And the health center cannot help out the student immediately. An ambulance is sent with the student to the nearest hospital, which is about 10 to 15 minutes away. With that in mind, health is not just, in terms of recovery and illnesses, but health is also in terms of physical well-being. We are located in the state of Haryana, a state that is known for its sporting culture and its sporting activities. With that in mind, and bear in mind that our chancellor, Mr. Naveen Jindal, is an avid sports fan himself. He regularly plays polo and is on the team for his own company. We too have fantastic sporting facilities, which will be described by our Director of Sporting Facilities, Dr. Varun Nijavan. Dr. Varun Nijavan, over to you.
Thank you so much, Professor Mazumdar. I hope I am audible.
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Okay, I will be sharing my presentation as well. Just a moment. And thank you, Jitender, for rejuvenating all the students. It was, such an exciting presentation. So quite adequate for the sports department to start now on a high note.
Your presentation is we can see your presentation, Varunji.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. I welcome to all the students to the Office of Sports, Fitness and Swimming Services. I am Dr. Varun Nijavan. I take care of sports in this university. So as you all know, you must have done some research before, and by now you must be knowing that JGU is also known for sports, be it sports achievements, sports infrastructure, coaching, equipment, be it anything. So let me go through the existing facilities and activities that we offer on campus. Football, tennis, basketball, volleyball, badminton, table tennis, billiards and pool, carom and chess, cricket, the cricket ground with practice pitches, a full-fledged gymnasium, yoga, aerobics and Zumba for the entire female population on campus, kabaddi as well, hockey, and from time to time we also organize some workshops and public lectures. We also, invite international athletes on campus to motivate all and sundry. And there is also a swimming pool, which is 50 meters in length. So we'll go through the facilities we'll go through all the facilities now. So we have a full-fledged football ground with lights. When I say full-fledged, it's of international standards, and we organize matches throughout the year. We have beautiful synthetic decorative tennis courts, 4 in number, and fully supported with floodlights. Now this decorative is the same surface which is being used at US Open. So we are giving you an international surface, a feel of an international surface with the best available coaching. This is the basketball court, again, the same surface, decorative, and fully supported with floodlights. Volleyball court, again the same thing. We use the same surface with lights as well. So these are 2 indoor badminton courts. It's in the hangar. It's a multi-purpose facility. Now these are 2 beautiful cricket practice pitches. Of late we have added 1 more turf wicket just next to it. So it is also fully supported with floodlights. This is the practice wall arena with lights. The same surface, decorative. It's a multi-purpose arena. So you can use this practice wall for volleyball, for tennis, for any other sport as well. And you can play badminton on these 2 courts as well. So this is the pic of the gymnasium. This is the state-of-the-art gymnasium with international standard equipment. We have gone for Life Fitness and Star Trek as brands. You can see an array of all the treadmills and cross trainers as well. So we have all the international equipment in this gymnasium. This is also a multi-purpose recreational area in one of the hostels. Yoga sessions, we organize yoga sessions for students and faculty members on regular basis. So there are many groups going on, and you can enroll in one of the groups as per the timings. Zumba sessions, these sessions are especially for the female population on campus. We have a Zumba studio with power-packed music system as well, and we have a US certified trainer, Ms. Bhumika Dwivedi, so she takes care of Zumba, and it's very popular nowadays. Even now during the COVID times, that Zumba session is going on virtually. So this is something big. It's a 50 meters swimming pool, and this is the latest edition. We added it just last year, maybe 2 years back, and it has 8 lanes. It's competition ready, and the length is 50 by 20. The depth is 4.5 feet to 5.5. We have not gone for depth which is in the range of, say, which is in the higher range, just because of the safety reasons. So there's no diving, but this is competition ready. We organize many competitions here, and regular practice sessions also go on. So these are the details of the staff members of sports department. So I'm Varun Nijhawan, as I said. Rahul Malik takes care of basketball. Ms. Bhumika takes care of Zumba. Mr. Anu Rizvi for swimming. Ms. Neha Rana for swimming. Mr. Neeraj Kumar for football. Mr. Surendra for cricket. So all I can say is that you will be in safe hands. All these coaches are highly specialized in their area of sport, NIS certified, and with rich experience. They have proven themselves as a player in their younger days, and now they are coaching in a highly scientific way. So rest assured that you will be in safe hands. Tournaments, talking about the tournaments, let me tell you, it's a power-packed calendar throughout the year. We start in the month of August, and then there is no looking back. So tournaments go on throughout the year. There are various leagues of sports as well, wherein students they make teams on the basis of IPL format or Kabaddi League format, and then they buy players with virtual money. Okay, so those leagues, they go on throughout the year. Even we also have a faculty team which gives great competition to students as well. So we also go out of station. We invite teams to our campus as well, and let me tell you, there is a good competition for places in the team. If you want to make it to any one of the teams, you have to work hard, practice hard, and be punctual and disciplined. We also participate in some open tournaments throughout the year in NCR and beyond. And Magnus is our major attraction. It's the All India Inter-University Tournament, which happens at JGU. Of late, it has become international as well, with teams coming from Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka as well, and we're trying to expand our horizons as well. So Magnus is what all the sports person, they look forward to, and it's the major attraction. It happens in the month of March, and it's getting very popular day by day. There are some incentives for players as well, awards and jerseys. Recently we have introduced blues as well, so it's a kind of Arjuna award of JGU. So if you excel in a particular sport, you will get a beautiful blazer plus a certificate as well, and that blazer will have a logo of the university with a mention of the game in which you have excelled. And we also give jerseys to players who represent the university, who are good enough to represent the university. Having said that, sport, or the Department of Sports, is not just for those who represent the university. We have approximately more than 3,000 students participating in either competitive or non-competitive sports. So it's not that it's only for the players who represent the university, it's for everybody. We don't grade players on the basis of talent and ability. Sports is for everybody on campus. So these are various links. You can either go to the YouTube and just type JGU Sports, and you will get to watch some of the most exciting videos ever made. Okay, and if you have any questions regarding sports, you can simply call me, mail me directly. I'm available most of the times, and it's just that if you want to get the equipment issued on your name, we give you some of the best equipment available in the market. Simply you show your ID card and you will get the equipment issued on your name from the storeroom. So we have a store which is operational from 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. at night. All right, so you can get the equipment issued on your name, and I hope that you will fully utilize the sports services and the facilities available on campus, and you will excel in one of the sport of your choices as well. Thank you very much. All the best. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for that briefing, Varunji. I know for a fact that so many of our students, they finish off their classes and in the evening they go off to the football ground or the cricket ground and really train hard before, before cooling down in our almost Olympic-sized swimming pool. I myself am an avid fan of the swimming pool, having used it on a number of occasions, as you may know, and I can tell you it's an experience unlike any other. Now, there is a matter that we've been dealing with quite seriously over the last few years, and we've taken into cognizance the fact that not all of our students are the same in terms of ability. In terms of differently abled students, we do have a committee of disability services. And to talk about the various services that are available to differently abled students, whether it's a physical disability or a mental disability, we have with us Dr. Kirti Nakre, who I now invite to speak on in terms of our disability support. Over to you, Dr. Nakre.
Okay, good afternoon to the students who have enrolled at the OP Jindal Global University, and I'm very proud to be part of a revolution that is happening across higher education institutions in India, wherein we are growingly recognizing that the students are diverse and they have diverse learning needs, and we need to be mindful of the student needs on campuses. So I'm very proud to be part of this committee and to kind of also address complex learning needs on campus as well. And I will just share a PPT. If I will share my PPT with you, and that will also give you an understanding of the work that we do on campus and also the kind of challenges that we have successfully addressed after the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, specifically in relation to the COVID-19 pandemic, these are very difficult times for faculty members, for staff members, and for all the students as well, because we are experiencing, diminishing, availability of resources in our environment, and the fact that we have made a transition to online and blended learning approaches that is challenging for the student community. And some of the common concerns that we have addressed in the past semester is students feeling extremely fearful and worrisome and stressed out because of new realities such as working from home, temporary unemployment amongst parents, or even fear of unemployment, homeschooling of children, lack of physical contact with family members, friends, and colleagues. And we recognize this, and also we have students with physical health issues who suffer from comorbidities, and we have been addressing their needs as well. So moving on, going to the broader paradigm that the Disability Support Committee functions, as evident from our name itself, we are out there to support students. We walk an extra mile to support the students to create an inclusive learning environment in the university. And as students of law, you will also appreciate that the new Convention on Rights of Persons with Disability has adopted a social model of disability. That is, it clearly recognizes that society poses barriers for students and is unable to accommodate differences. And but at the same time, as the Disability Support Committee, we are very mindful of that we need to make a balance between the medical and social model of disability, and we need to recognize the medical needs of the students and as well. So there are, we are working in line with various international conventions and Indian laws as well. So I won't go very deep into it, but to understand the we understand complexity, complex needs of the students. Therefore, we take into account both permanent and temporary needs of this disability needs. We also recognize and we work with the medical center and the sports center and recognize the need for recovery and rehabilitation support as well. And as a committee, we work with students with specific learning disabilities, mental health illnesses, and physical disabilities. And also we recognize the intersections between physical disability and mental health challenges and learning difficulties as well on campus. So mental health is a very complex terrain because it includes depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and dementia, and also developmental disorders such as autism as well. And we recognize the needs for students, multi-sectoral needs, the multi-sectoral response to address these needs as well. In terms of Indian laws that we align ourselves is the Rights of Persons with Disability Act, which includes 21 conditions such as cerebral palsy, dwarfism, muscular dystrophy, and also neurological disorders such as multiple sclerosis. And we do have students who have these needs on campus, and we also have students who have mental health needs as well, and we do try our best to support them. Just to see that we do disability by itself includes blindness, low vision, leprosy cured, hearing impaired, locomotor disability, dwarfism, intellectual disabilities, autism spectrum disorder, cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, and neurological conditions such as multiple sclerosis, and also specific learning disability and hemophilia, thalassemia. And sometimes because of the complex needs of the students, we do go beyond these disabilities because the student well-being is seriously threatened if we don't register them with a disability support committee. And also we are following the UGC guidelines and also recognize the Mental Health Care Act on the campus as well. Now, not all of us understand the complexities of mental illnesses. These are expressed often in terms of feelings of anxiety, depression, illogical thoughts, anger, poor concentration, hearing voices, decreased sleep, low appetite, lack of motivation, withdrawing from people, drug use, suicidal thoughts, or becoming obsessed with topics such as death or religion, or not being able to take care of personal hygiene, or not performing well in school or work. So all of these conditions have serious implications for students' learning capabilities on campus and can affect individual outcomes, academic outcomes, and also can affect institution as also because we are not dealing with 1 or 2 students, we are dealing with large number of students now. Because we are working with very sensitive issues, the DSE registration is open throughout the year. We do work with very high-risk students and we have seen excellent results in terms of student outcomes because of the support from the DSE. But if the students are aware of their long-standing conditions, if they know that they've been diagnosed in school for certain learning disabilities, or they know their physiological health is not good. So we request the students to register at the beginning of the year because the DSE provides all-round support to the students, and with this support they are able to achieve good academic outcome. So also that helps us also to create a very strong support system around the students. So we request the students to register at the beginning of the semester as well. We do take some time to make arrangements because we work across departments in the university. So it does take us some time to make all the arrangements for the students. We provide students with a range of academic support. We also we work closely with the examination office, and in line with the UGC requirements, we do give students the necessary relaxations that they need. We also provide additional support in terms of making classroom arrangements so that also there are students who have vision issues, so they might need to wear sunglasses. So we make sure that they have the permissions to do so and the teachers are not misunderstanding. There's no misunderstanding between the students and the teachers as well. We work closely with accommodation food services. We also make a request. We also work with the sports and cultural activities. However, we also only make the attendance favor request only when in exceptional medical circumstances or very severe mental health conditions cases only, because we think that the students should be in classes participating, being a fully participation with full participation in classroom discussion, because we think attendance is one of the stepping stones for doing well in your academic careers, because classroom is a very pivotal to student life, and that is kind of the arena which will be in which you can actually prove yourself, prove your academic thing. So usually all our forms and all our registration and process standing operating processes are available. Details are available on our website. First, you submit the DSE form, and then we do have a medical verification by Dr. Indu Kapoor on phone or MS Teams currently. But if you're physically on campus, you can go to the medical verification. And because we also work with students with mental illness, we have the in-house capacity to do a psychological assessment, which is done by Miss Ruby Grace at the Center for Wellness and Counseling. We also, very few students have also been referred to an academic and planning mentor who works on case-by-case basis and provides academic learning plans to students as well. As the committee, we expect the students to submit monthly progress report, maintain attendance and grades as stipulated by the university guidelines. It is very exceptional that we kind of allow students to not, fulfill these requirements. In terms of our values and ethics, we really value the privacy and confidentiality of the students. We recognize that disability of any kind or mental illness is heavily stigmatized in the society. So we do circulate protocols to all the employees of JGU that they have to maintain student interest and follow strict norms of privacy and confidentiality. And we also have a very strong volunteer base in the university. So we ensure that none of these volunteers has ever had a DC case or a sexual harassment case against it, because we clearly recognize that the students registered with the Disability Support Committee are vulnerable. They are vulnerable psychologically and physically both, and we try to protect the students as much as possible. And also we work in close coordination with the Center for Wellness and Counseling, and also we work with the academic deans. So we do follow very consultative processes so that the respective deans of the schools are aware of the student needs and make the arrangements. We also make sure that we within our own committee and within our own volunteer base that we have a representation from marginalized groups. We encourage representation from staff who themselves have disabilities, and encourage volunteers who have disabilities itself. And all the verification of medical documents is only done at the health center, and we don't expect the students to show medical certificates to individual staff members. All the accommodations, nowhere will you see take confidentiality and privacy very seriously. And also if there are students who feel discomfort and discrimination on campus, we encourage early reporting so that we create a protective mechanism around them. And also we undertake systemic investigation as well to protect the student interest. Though the committee is large, but there are clearly defined roles and responsibilities. I am the chair of the Disability Support Committee, and I kind of make the final recommendations to the academic body. I do the liaisoning with all the bodies, all the different departments of the university, and Dr. Indu Kapoor does the medical verification. Mr. Pooja Chandok does all the documentation work for the DSE because we are a statutory body mandated by the UGC. And also Ms. Ruby Grace does all the psychological assessment, and Ms. Simran Munjal prepares individualized learning plans for few students. As I said that DSE is multi-sectoral. We work across departments with accommodation, with food and hospitality, academic committees, IT services, library, Center for Wellness, examination office, fire and safety office, parking, food and recreational facilities as well. So if you have special needs, you will be given special parking permissions, and all of that will be done. So we are multi-sectoral, and we have had an excellent year with our students doing really well academically on campus. And also we have had excellent testimonials from the students, and it is about I'm very proud to share that some of the students have done really well, and they have done academically and well as well. So it's a very proud moment for me when I'm doing this presentation, because the students have made us proud. And this is the Committee on Disability Issues, and we have an open door policy. Please do reach out to us and ask for help. And we are there to support students and encourage students, and please do reach out and reach out. We are just one phone call or one email away. So our email is dsc@jgu.edu.in, and please do talk to us, and don't feel any reluctance to come and talk to us. We will protect your privacy and confidentiality. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, and almost at the end of our very, very long resource orientation program. And for those of you who've made it till this far, I thank you as well. The last speaker that we have today is possibly, one of the most important systems that we have on campus. Like we've been saying throughout this resource orientation, at the center of everything that we do is the student. we deeply value and cherish our students' well-being and health. We saw how Dr. Jatinder Sachdeva, Dr. Varun Nijhawan takes care of the physical well-being and health of our students. We've seen how Professor Kirti Nakre takes care of the mental and other well-being of our students as well. Continuing along in this conversation, in terms of the mental well-being of our students, we have with us Mr. Bhanu Prakash Nunna, who's going to talk to us about the various counseling services that are available on campus. Now, shifting from a high school to a university can be a daunting task for most students. Trying to fit in, wondering whether I will have friends, worrying about grades, worrying about extracurricular activities. All of these issues can crop up at any point of time. We do have excellent counseling services on campus, and Bhanu Prakash Nunna will be taking us through the counseling services that we have. Bhanu, are you here?
Yes, Professor Mazumdar.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Over to you.
Thank you. Firstly, a very warm welcome to all the students who have enrolled and joining us very soon. Thank you for all your patience and being there for this long marathon orientation. So I'll share my slides. So a very warm welcome. And like Professor Mazumdar rightly put, if you're feeling confused, feeling lost, anxious, stressed, trust me, it is very normal. Just that you are in a transition phase, and transitioning from school to college can be very, very confusing. And it is very, very normal for you to feel confused, lost, anxious at this point of time. So do not get overwhelmed with these feelings. And given time, they shall slowly pass away, and you'll be able to comfortably adjust to this newly found lifestyle of campus community. So I would stress on the importance of mental health, especially in the context of COVID-19. And trust me, the significance of mental health has never been so prominent than it is today. And so many people, many practitioners and professionals have volunteered to support the mental health cause of the communities around. And JGU has played its part throughout, and they have provided tremendous support to the students of the university during the COVID-19, and even now the support is being continued in many forms. JGU is one of the leading private universities in India, which has recognized the importance of the mental health right from the beginning. So JGU started counseling services in 2012, like almost a decade ago. And now we have a separately set up department, which is called Center for Wellness and Counseling Services. It was established in September 2018 under the supervision of the Joint Proctor and the Chief Proctor of JGU now. We have a very qualified team of counselors. They're very, very trained and well educated and well qualified in the field of psychology. And we have a team of 3 counselors, including me, and 1 academic development and planning mentor who works closely with the Disability Support Committee. So the Center for Wellness vision is to expand awareness of and access to mental well-being services in order to foster the emotional well-being of the campus community. Most importantly, to encourage and enhance help-seeking behaviors. This is one thing which is very striking with the student population, and even for the practitioners and professionals who work in this field to understand the patterns of help-seeking behaviors of the individuals. It is very strange. So sitting here, we know that there are many people who would be in need of help. But when you look at the numbers in terms of how many people are really accessing help, we see the staggering difference. So it is very, very important to focus on enhancing these help-seeking behaviors and providing them with tools to understand, become aware of, and reach out for help when there is a real need to do that. So we do focus a lot on community outreach and spreading awareness about help-seeking behaviors in the context of destigmatizing mental health. So CWCS has a broader vision. It provides an entry point for compassionate care. It provides a safe, welcoming, warm, and affirming environment for all students, faculty, and staff. We deliver services that are accessible and confidential. We also offer goal-oriented and time-limited short-term psychotherapy sessions. So like I said, we have a team of 3 qualified counselors. All of us are RCI registered, Rehabilitation Council of India. We are registered with the body. And we also have a special educator who is now working as an academic development and planning mentor with the Disability Support Committee. So in addition to the on-campus mental health services that we have, Center for Wellness have also tied up with Yovados. It is India's first and the largest online mental health and emotional wellness platform. So we have now for the students and the faculty and staff of the JGU community, they can access the support directly from the counselors on campus, or they can reach out to an online platform and also get an anonymous counseling support, which is offered through Your Dost. And they provide all round the clock 24/7 support. So these are the options that you have on campus once you come back. So you can either meet us face to face, and right now you can reach out to us virtually, either by the telephone or Skype or MS Teams. So you can reach out to us, and similarly with the Yodos also, you can sign up for the services which are free of cost for the students of the campus, and you can avail the services from, they have like 900 plus experts, pool of experts from whom you can avail these services, and which it is very, very completely private and confidential and anonymous engagement that you can have on their platform. Just to describe what counseling is, I put this in a way that it is a journey of the client and the therapist. It is a process of sharing, listening, talking, and guiding in an environment of mutual trust and respect. And please be confident that that is the environment you are going to get once you visit our center and spend time with us, opening up and talking about your experiences. This is the kind of environment we guarantee you in our space. Most common problems that we have seen, that we have encountered with students on campus and otherwise in academic institutions is majorly love and relationship issues, issues surrounding self-improvement, psychological issues, career and academic concerns, and sexual abuse and wellness. These are the broad categories of student concerns that we have worked with. And to come down to subcategories and identify specific problems, there is a huge list of problems that we work with. Psychological issues take a large chunk of the issues that we deal with in the counseling center. If you look at that, anxiety, stress, it could be related to personal life, it could be related to academics that you are struggling with on campus, or a low mood, sleep, grief, body image issues, gender identity issues, eating disorders, self-harm ideations, thoughts, and suicidal content in the thoughts, and bullying and trauma, psychosis, substance use. These are very common in the sense that what we see on campus, not population-wise common. And counseling as a process, so the client could be a student or a faculty or the staff. They can reach out to the Center for Wellness they can fix up an appointment with us either by calling or texting or emailing us. We also accommodate walk-ins, and that we entertain, especially in emergency circumstances. We mostly prefer students write to us or call us and fix up a prior appointment so that there are no schedule clashes, and you will be comfortably accommodated by a therapist there. So significant amount of our clients are also through referrals from various committees on campus, like Disciplinary Committee or Sexual Harassment Committee, Disability Support Committee. They do frequent referrals to psychological support, and we also accommodate those requests. First session, if you reach out to us and we fix up an appointment, the first session more or less is going to be like you're asked to fill a couple of forms, and we explain the confidentiality and the exceptions of the confidentiality. So there will be a detailed history taking of what your condition is, and then after we understand the problem, there will we will mutually set up some expectations and goals for the future sessions. And so we also provide referral services, especially for psychiatrist consultations. So we also have on-campus psychiatrist visits. Once we open up again, then we will more likely will have monthly psychiatrist consultations, on-campus consultations. We invite experts to come over here and provide these services. So those things are provided by Center for Wellness. And the one thing that we have noticed over the time while working with the student population on campus, generally otherwise also communities at large, we see that confidentiality is a primary concern of people who would like to seek this support. So they have questions related to whether my information is kept confidential, what is this person thinking about me, how is my information is going to be used. There are all sorts of concerns related to approaching a counselor and seeking mental health support. And please trust us. Please know that we take confidentiality as an utmost priority, and there is no negotiation on that, or there is no going back on that. So confidentiality includes even not revealing whether the client is in counseling. So if you are seeking support, and if a third person inquires about whether you are in therapy or not, and we are not allowed to give away that information. And confidentiality covers even that, including date and time of your sessions and the nature of problem and diagnosis. So confidentiality covers entirety of the information that is shared between you and the counselor. So you can be very much assured on that. CWCS, Center for Wellness and Counseling Services. We have a list of services that we offer. So counseling sessions are certainly both individual and group sessions are offered at the center, now virtually online. Outreach and awareness activities. So around the year, we do several activities with an intention to promote psychological wellness of campus community and also destigmatize mental health and mental illnesses. So we do round-the-clock activities. So we also provide adequate support and mentoring and training to peer support group, which is a student-led initiative. There are a group of students who are sensitive towards the mental health needs of fellow students. So they provide these additional support to the students who want to reach out to. So like for example, many of the students have initial hesitations in terms of reaching out to professionals right away. So these peer support committee will act as a bridge between a liaison between the professional and the students, and they engage in conversations, understand the problem, and then slowly motivate the student to reach out to the professionals and get the right kind of support. So that is the role of peer support committee, and the Center for Wellness provides adequate training and mentoring to this peer support group on campus. So psychiatrist consultations, like I said, once we resume the classes, physical classes on campus, once you're back on campus, so we will have psychiatrist consultations again resuming. So research and publication is also another domain that we are actively involved in. And like I said, we also offer support to various committees on campus like disability support, sexual harassment, and disciplinary committee. So some of the activities that we have done in the past are Mental Health Awareness Week. So about 10th of October is considered to be celebrated as World Mental Health Day, and we commemorate such a special days on campus like Suicide Prevention Day or Joy of Giving Week or Mental Health Week. So we celebrate all these occasions on campus. We plan significant events which are in sync with these themes, and we do that around the clock, around the year. So workshops and webinars. Right now we have our second webinar series going on. We themed it as mental health and self-care, and we've had one webinar under the theme yesterday. So we have this bi-weekly webinar seminars, webinars where students can get benefited from and know more about various topics under mental health. So we also organize talk circles, workshops, campaigns on mental health, and frequently we send out informative emails with an aim to provide the right kind of information. So there is a lot of information available about mental health on the web, but whether you can rely on that or not, it can be at times be a bigger question. So we filter that information, provide the right kind of information to students and other members of our community. Some of the examples of events that we have done in the past. So we also organized dance and movement therapy, art therapy, and several other such activities. Mental Health Week, World Mental Health Day. Yeah, like I said, COVID-19 has brought tremendous changes in the way that mental health services are offered in India. So we have also quickly transitioned from providing traditional face-to-face counseling to now online tele-support-based counseling sessions, and our efforts have been adequately supported by Yodos, which is already an online based mental health platform. So in the combination of CWCS and Yodos, we have been adequately able to serve our student community and other members of the community. Online mental health support has been delivered to them. So Yodos has also joined us in providing several webinars throughout this COVID-19 period. And they've also launched a Better You project, which is like a plethora of online resources on self-care. So once you sign up for the services, you'll also have access to these online tools, which you can download and simply practice to better your mood, better your mind, better yourself. So this is quite possible with their online resources. So these are some of the photographs of the events that we have done in the past. So workshops on building healthy relationships, dance and movement therapy, pottery workshop, which was very, very popular among students when we've done that. Painting circles, we've organized several such painting circles last year, and art therapies were also prominent events that we've done in the past. Yes, these are our contact details, so you can reach out to us either by sending us an email or calling us on the helpline. So we are available 24/7 on the helpline, and we will attend to any kind of emergencies that you have. And yeah, those you can. So after this, we are going to circulate an email which will have all these contact details and also the instructions with which how you can sign up for those services, download their app and sign up for the services, and then start accessing their support if you prefer to take those services versus on-campus counseling support. So you can do that. These are our contact details. So one important thing that I would like to emphasize before I finish my presentation is please do not hesitate to ask for help. Okay, asking for help is considered to be a sign of weakness, and many people are very, very reluctant in terms of reaching out to other person and asking for help. Please do not do that. And asking for help, knowing when you want to help, when you want to get help, and knowing that there is a person who can help you, it should be considered as a sign of strength. So please do not hesitate for reaching out. So we are there, professionals who are available on campus, and trust us, we are paid just to support you all. So please do not do that. Please do not hesitate to reach out to us, especially when you are in need to do that. That's all from me, and thank you, Professor Arjo, and thank you all the students. And I once again wish you a very warm welcome, and I wish you a pleasant stay ahead during this period. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Bhanu, for that engaging, very engaging briefing. I must point out that much like Hogwarts, help is always available to those who ask for it at JGU. And I've been with JGU for the last 7 years. I've been teaching at JGU. I teach in the law school for the last 7 years. And every single day, magic happens in the halls of JGU. Whether it's sports, whether it's academics, whether it's mental illnesses, whether it's wellness, whether it's health, whether it's IT. And over the years, we have experienced this kind of a transformation that no other university has had in such a short period of time. I've been part of that journey for the last 7 years. Every person that you heard today has been part of that journey for whatever length of time they've been involved with JGU. This has been a very long session. This has been a session that has spanned so many departments across the university. I hope that you've been able to take away a number of ideas, a number of a whole lot of information from these sessions that have taken place today. And lastly, your journey at JGU is about to begin. Come, join us in our collective journey. With that, I don't want to take any more of your time. It's almost time for lunch for both you and for me. It's been a very, very long session, as I said. I hope to see you all either online or hopefully on campus sooner than later, as soon as the Government of India and the Government of Haryana allow us to have physical classes on campus. If you should have any further queries, and I'm quite certain many of your queries have gone unanswered, unfortunately, please feel free to write into us, to your admissions counselor, or to myself, or to Professor Anand Prakash Mishra if you're in the law school. With that, I bid you farewell for today. We will be in touch over the next 1 week or so. Until then, stay at home, stay safe, and stay healthy. Bye.